Yo, what's good, guys? It's Beach. Today we have a coaching video. It's going to be a little bit different of a format. I'm actually really excited to do this. It's going to be the initial session, as well as we had a midweek session on how to train certain mechanics, so I showed him that, as well as the follow-up. This player went up a ton of MMR, and a lot of players do, so I'd love to show you guys the full progression, and you'll see by the end of the week they look like a completely different player. So yeah, let me know if you guys like this format. I will gladly do this more. It really shows the progression, and you get to really understand how the coaching session works, because it doesn't just stop at the initial session. Now, with that said, if you want to join the coaching giveaway, coaching with the heart in the comments, like the video, join the Discord. The winners will be announced in my Discord. If you want to secure yourself coaching guaranteed, there's also a section in my Discord how to do so. With that said, I have an exciting announcement. I am willing, if you guys would like to see it, let me know, to do a road to GC, but with no mechanics. Normally, I turn against this because I don't want to be smurfing. However, I thought of a good in between. We will be doing road to GC with no mechanics on keyboard and mouse, and I'd be willing to push that past GC as well if you guys would like to see me try to hit GC2 on keyboard and mouse. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. I think it's a very fair balance, and I'd love to try it. Obviously, applying fundamentals, making an educational series as well. Final thing is that I'm going to say before we get straight to this video is what my channel is about. A lot of people ask me, why do I play Valorant? Why do I play Overwatch? Why do I play Dead by Daylight? The simple reason is I like the games. However, I'm also trying to hit the top rank in every single video game, and this is just part of the journey. Rocket League is part of the journey. All of those video games are part of the journey, and I want to be able to coach all of these games at a very high level. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Shout out to you, Photographic. You did an amazing job. You put in so much effort. I'm so excited to show you guys how much this player progressed, and I think he's gonna go a long way. Great job to you. Enjoy the video, guys. Peace.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, feel free to ask away, but this is kind of the general info down here.
So you did a whole Google season 16 queue with friends. So you drop when you play with friends. Do you have 2 accounts?
No, but I think I'm about to make a second because,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so what's your MMR right now?
At this exact moment, it's probably 1040.
1040. Can you send me your Epic ID if you don't mind?
Yeah.
So
You want the RL tracker or the...
you could send either.
There you go.
Average.
It's like, yeah, so tilting to be fucking in diamond. I'm like ready to destroy my computer. But I've played, since I started grinding, over 2,000 hours every single day. I do not go lower than 25 hours past 2 weeks, and that's only happened a few times. I average 50 hours past 2 weeks. I get on every single day. I maybe missed 4 days in the last year and a half.
Yeah, you do play a good chunk of games. I see that.
So I try to play a ton of games. One season I played 2,000 games of casual because I thought that would help. Jesus. I don't know if it did. Yeah, just trying to use casual to get over the ranked,
like
tilt.
Anxiety and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ranked, I get you.
Learned my gameplay from when I started grinding to now, night and day. Like absolutely happy with that. But my rank just it's tilting, man. As soon as the season placements happen, like I just drop like a rock. And I know beginning of the season you probably shouldn't play right away, but
so the way I see beginning of season in Rocket League specifically, some other games are similar, some aren't. Rocket League, if you play in the first 2 weeks, you're not looking to rank up, you're looking to just improve, and you kind of have to have that flip-flop mentality. Like, it was really tough for me wanting to hit SSL so badly, because what would happen, especially once you get to GC, is all the players above 1600 are all compressed into one rank. So players like Zen up in 2800, 2700, the likes of all of those players will go down to 1600. First Killer, Daniel. So what happens essentially is, and this is what's really fucked about Rocket League ranking, is think about that happening. That's an 1100 MMR difference, right? Think about that happening in lower ranks. Imagine you take everybody from Champ 1, which is 1100 MMR, all the way down to Bronze, and you say, good luck, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds miserable. You wouldn't have a player base at that point, obviously. So I don't know why they do that for higher ranks. Now, with that said, you get a little bit more of compression in the ranks below. So, like, your D3s and D2s are kind of just pushed into one rank. And if you go on a win streak, like if you go on a slight win streak at the start of your placements, you're going to be playing against players that we're probably 2, 3 ranks ahead of you. So it's kind of
Yeah.
just a nightmare of a situation to really worry about your MMR. And I'll be honest, even the first 2 weeks, I would say like are barely settling ranks. It usually takes about like
Right.
3. It usually like in my like honest opinion, it takes about a month.
I usually wait till the you know how they have the quarters and they'll unlock like little
Yeah,
things. I'll wait till the second one, and then that's usually when I start playing ranked.
I
But
got you.
this season, I was like, nah, fuck it, and then yeah, it was terrible.
So you've been just pretty much playing on and off since 2016.
Definitely, yeah, mostly with friends, and then around November or August of like a year and a half ago, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just grind this game, and then this is where I'm at now. Ton more hours, ton more skill, but my rank is, I don't know, it's
Okay.
just not. I should be higher, I think.
What do you think stopping you from climbing?
I keep thinking it's my game sense but I've been told in the past it's my mechanics. So I really don't know. I think I don't play the game correctly. That's my opinion about it. I can win games occasionally, but I don't win games. Uh,
Consistently.
yeah, consistently. I need to be winning. Games that like the replays I saved for you whenever we get to it is like me climbing out of this hole, but like it shouldn't be that close. I solo queued champ 2 last season. Why am I struggling in a diamond 3 game? Like doesn't make sense. So I think it's just that I don't know what to do. That's my assumption.
Okay. Okay. Just kind of lost. Fair. Um. What? So, what is your goal with Rocket League? What are we here for? What are you playing this game for?
Dude, I mean it's 3 letters and it starts with a S. Like definitely trying to go all the way, but I only got so much longer in me before I fucking have to stop. It's
How old are you?
can't play this much forever. I'm 31, about to be 32 actually.
Okay, so you're just 32. You're just, in my eyes, you're just coming out of your like peak in terms of athleticism as well as
Definitely. Yeah, I'm
mentality.
not gonna be
But that's okay
all
because
there.
these 15-year-olds aren't in their peaks either that are playing this game as pros. The only reason they're there is for the simple idea of the way like kids learn. Kids learn
Oh
in
yeah.
so different from adults because of no
They
previous
got
experience.
so much time too, man. Like yeah, I get like 2, 3 hours a night that I have to
I think
try to
that's
maximize.
I think that's enough. To be honest with you, I think 2 to 3 hours a night is enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to get you pro, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but that's
Hell
kind of
no.
what I was doing to improve.
Nice.
Um,
That's good to know.
I got really eager once I started getting GC, getting so close to my goal. Same thing when I hit Overwatch. Once I hit GM, I was like, "Oh my fucking god, I love this game! Like, I want to play." And I would play 2 hours and then I'd hop off, or 3 hours and I'd hop off and I'd come back onto it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But to climb, I don't think it's like required to do that. Because when I hit SSL, it was like in the first month of the season, which
Oh,
is
that's
like
not bad.
crazy. I was the second day of the season. I was like 1730. I was like 20 MMR off the top 100.
Fuck, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, and like I didn't belong there, but I was just like playing really, really well. I think my confidence is what killed me because I started playing like Diaz and First Killer and like Daniel, and I was like, I don't deserve this shit. Arsenal and 5 up. I was just getting like rolled. I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
Oh yeah, that's nightmare. No, I've seen RLCS contender titles in my casual games before, and I'm just like, fuck me.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so all right, you want to hit SSL in Rocket League? Why do you want to hit SSL in Rocket League? What's
Yeah,
the
personally, me,
motivation?
like, I love the game. I've been playing it since 2016. I bought a computer just to play this game. That's why I have a computer today.
Okay.
Like, it's the best game that I have, and I think it's the only game that I think I can do this in. So I want to try to achieve that potential.
What are you doing to hit this rank SSL?
So every day I play for sure, 100%. I do not miss. I train whatever I think is weak. I pretty much put as many hours as I can into it. And I listen to advice. I watch the esport. I watch every video that I can find on it, and I attempt to apply. Yeah, I take notes, watch my replays, all that stuff, and coaching now. So
Interesting. Okay, let's see. So here's the thing. We're gonna go. I'll just kind of give you this like as a disclaimer, or whatever the hell you want to call this. You are not gonna improve mechanically a ton in a week. You can improve a little bit,
Yep.
and I can give you drills if you want me to give you drills on specific mechanics. However, you are going to improve fundamentally. So we're gonna look for fundamentals that you're missing. I'm not gonna give you situational awareness. Most coaches give situational awareness, which at the end of the session leads you with 20 different ideas that you don't even know where to begin with.
True.
Which doesn't really benefit you in any way. And yes, I can teach you how to play situations, but by the time I teach you 20 different situations and how to play them, you're gonna remember maybe one of them if you're lucky.
Right.
So we're gonna go over fundamental concepts, and then I'm gonna give you a routine of how I want you to grind with the expectation of your grind in the week, and then we'll do a follow up if you would like to do one in a week, and then again I reached out to him already via DM.
Nice.
And I'll see if he messages me back. I told him I have an idea for him as a video, and we can do all of that stuff, and that'd be kind of cool.
Cool.
I'm gonna be talking 99.9% of this time, so it is. If you have questions, comments, anything that you, whatever just let me know.
Okay.
And give me 2 seconds because I fucked up. I just accidentally made your. This is like a template I use on Google Docs.
Oh.
And unfortunately, I just made your thing the template, so I don't want people to be able to see it.
Rip. Yeah, and you'll definitely see a few mechanical errors, and mechanics is something I train every day, so it's going to get better eventually. I know that it's not perfect today, but yeah, I understand. I do have mechanical errors, so for sure.
You want to be SSL, so here's how this is gonna go. We're gonna treat your opponents like they are SSL.
Copy.
Fuck's just happened? Give me 2 seconds. I want to make sure this is fine. Yeah, we're gonna treat your teammate like they're SSLs, and we're gonna treat your teammate like they're SSLs. If you make a bad play, then an SSL would punish, but they don't. Too bad. We're gonna talk about it. If you make a good play and your teammate's not there to capitalize on it, then we'll say good job. Okay. All right. You ready? Can you see my screen? Okay.
Sounds good. Yep.
Okay. Where'd you get these camera settings?
I've checked on Wikipedia, I think, originally, but I've had them for a long time, so I don't know if they're good or not.
Okay, so here's this like interesting idea. Is you take a challenge, essentially is what I would call this. You side flip into it because there's pressure. Now you see a wide open net, correct?
Yeah, for
Your
sure.
brain sends some signals to your hands and says open net, hit open net.
Shoot the ball, yeah.
And you do this. Okay? Your space is not this because he's closing out there. Your space is actually right here. So what your brain should be doing right now is you have 2 principles that we can follow here. 2 fundamentals. Did you see that person just commit right here on you?
Yeah, he's gone.
That says what to you?
It's a 2v1.
Okay, so you don't have to hit the ball, you just demo. However, you play the ball, which is fine, fair enough. I personally, if I'm climbing, I'm going for the demo because it creates an open net. Right now, since I'm working on mechanics and not worried about ranking up, I would just go for the mechanical play. The mechanical play isn't going for this ball here. It's letting this ball hit the ground and going back up into the air. Is this a situation that I'm teaching you? Yes. However, the idea of it is controlling and attacking with intention. So since you do...
because I don't have a good hit here anyway.
No, exactly. So there's no reason to touch the ball. So I'm going to write down attack with intention with a question mark because we've seen it once. If I have a question mark, that means we might go over it depending if you keep on failing it, which is a good thing at points. If it has an exclamation mark, that means we'll just go over it at the game. Attack with intention becomes a question mark. Here's
one of the things.
Go ahead.
One of the things you'll probably see in this replay is because I feel like I'm not supposed to be in this rank, that I am trying to overcompensate sometimes. So, you'll probably see that.
That's fine. Overcompensation with good players looks like too much control. I will give you. So I'm not saying you're a bad player. Don't get it twisted. But when we overcompensate as good players, we try to control the situations more. Here we throw away control. And then You pressure the ball as first man. Fine, fair enough. And then this is where it becomes a little bit sketchy, dodgy, if you will. This is also 2v1. You can land and scramble for the bump rather than the ball because you don't know what's happening behind you.
Yeah. Okay, good point.
But we go. Sure, fine, fair enough. You're pressing the ball as first man. You couldn't see your teammate. I don't blame you. Now, here's where the issue becomes very prevalent, is 2 first men's, which creates this idea that now 2 players are rotating out. You don't need to rotate out. You just missed... You grabbed that pad, actually. I'm sorry. You just missed this pad, which would put you at 66 boost, I think, right now. Yeah, that would be 66 boost. Power slide, cut, turn. Boom, this isn't super hard of a ball for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're also technically first man because you double committed with your teammate. Now you're allowing them to control the ball as first man.
That's something I do a lot. Is try so hard not to overcommit and mess it up that I end up giving them chances.
Yes, which creates this idea of 2 goalies. And then after all of this, when we make the save as a second man, this isn't a safe second man touch. Slash, you could also consider attack with intention. I think this is you trying to be a safe second man though. This isn't you trying to start a counterattack, which yes, we could say maybe you could here easily. I think this is your idea of not being a safe second man. Your job as a second man, even though he's going, again, we're on the same rotations. We're thinking the same thing. We thought we were both first man. Now we both think we're second man.
Yeah.
Now that you think you're second man, this isn't a safe second man touch. And the reason this isn't is because you're not buying time for your teammate to get back. If this is a better player, they're going to fire this on net because look at the shot that he has.
No, yeah, he had a wide open shot. He could have nailed it.
Yes. So now rotations should be established. Now the ball is cleared. You're first man. Okay, we're not first man. So here's the problem is you guys are doing the exact same thing. You're lurking. You guys challenged, then you rotated back quickly, then you both went for the save. Now we're both lurking off of a clear. Does that make sense? You need to establish some form of position, and that's either you being up pressuring the ball or that's you being back. You guys are both lurking because you don't know what to do, and your brain shuts off, and your throttle button is just held, and nothing else is going on inside of either of your heads. You're both just like, I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna sit here, stare at the ball, and hold throttle until the decision is made for me. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which means you're not in control of the situation. So you want to go either pressure the ball, or you can back off. But you're just both aimlessly driving in a straight line because we're not sure what to do. This works itself out in the end of the day because you don't commit. Fair enough, right?
Yeah. I worry too with like just my solo queue experience, and especially in Diamond 3. I don't trust my teammates to not go. You know what I mean? So I'd rather not go and hope that they eventually go.
Yeah, that's fair.
At least that's what I think a lot of times.
Fair. So this isn't horrible, but this player is closing out on you, correct? I would probably be power shooting this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or faking this. This isn't that bad, honestly. I'm not going to sit here and be like, attack with intention, like you didn't do that. You tried to do something different and unique to control the ball. I'm just saying power shooting is really underrated for anybody. And then here we have the problem of urgency. So here's what, do you know what rotating with urgency means?
Basically land and go to where you need to go.
Yeah, and get back quickly, essentially, or maybe go up forwards quickly. So tell me how quickly you do this on a scale of, I don't like to do scales of 1 to 10s, but like, whatever. Tell me how fast you're trying to get back here.
Like -2, pretty much.
Good.
I could have turned back and immediately gone back, but I kind of hung out thinking maybe, but I shouldn't have even thought that.
It's okay. And here's what I'm going to ask you. Is a great way to show urgency is speed, correct?
Yeah, true.
Tell me when you see your trail going for supersonic speed, okay?
Okay.
Just tell me to stop when you see your tell me to pause when you see your trail, okay?
Yeah. Yikes.
Exactly. So it's a good thing to see. You see it. You like first you witness it, right? You're like, holy shit, I'm driving back at throttle speed right now. And you have this player named PG Beast who's hard listening to dubstep, or I'm sorry, Wolf. I meant not you, not PG. Sorry, you're this guy here. You have Wolf who's blasting dubstep at full volume right now. Look at his trail.
Going.
He's
he's
fucking
going.
cruising. You know what he's stopping for? Nobody, except a bad pass. So he gets a bad pass, and then we clear it.
Part of what I did too is like I've gotten advice before that I use too much boost, so sometimes now I use way less boost for the compensation. But yeah,
you know how to wave dash?
I do. Yeah, and I should have speed flip right there. Honestly, it's like
So you go.
speed flip.
You
I'm back.
12 boost and a speed flip, and you'll be supersonic speed going all the way back to your net.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna build that habit.
And then you grab pads, kind of. Yeah, you do actually a really good job grabbing. Okay. All right. Pads are not an important thing for you. 12 pads with a question mark. I mean, you're 30. You've done a driving test before. These things look like fucking traffic cones for like my first driver's test. Like I'm accidentally hitting the first couple, and I'm like, wait, now I got the hang of this. I want to start dodging these things. That looked like my first driving test.
Nice.
And then here, since we don't have enough pads, it creates this idea that attacking with intention is hard. You close out great here. Here's the thing, though. This should be placed on net. Do we agree?
It should be on that, 100%. Yeah.
So the way we do this in our brains is your brain fires to your hands when you're a lower ranked player and says, clear. Clear ball, get it out bad, we're on defense. As you become a middle ranked player, your brain starts going, put on net, put on opponent's net because open, right? Now a high ranked player says open net, we're on defense, I have time to shoot. They place it on net now. Because what this creates your hands and muscle memory to do is to figure out how to get it in a specific spot on net. And I'll be honest with you, when I shoot open nets that are wide open, I place it right here.
Right, dead center, yeah.
I do place it dead center to make sure it's in, but my brain says put it in the middle of the net. Right? If there's somebody closing out on this side, let's say, I say place over here. I tell my brain to put it there.
Yep.
And you don't have to sit here and be like, as humans, we don't have to sit there and be like, okay, breathe in, breathe out, right? It just subconsciously happens. That's how that works with your muscle memory too.
Yeah.
You're starting to be champ. I'm not going to say your muscle memory is amazing for aerials. You kind of have to start to you still have to think, and you'll start to get that muscle memory. Like maybe that double jump is muscle memory, but angling your car to make sure it's placed is something you kind of have to think about, right? But at least give yourself that advantage. Here, we just like open net slot, and you like don't put it anywhere placed on net.
And I was pretty pissed at myself because I practice shooting every single day. So it's like, that needs to be in.
So that's a secret to give you, is like place those things, okay?
And
that's for shooting. I love the idea of placing shots on net. Because people don't really like respect that idea of like, hey, yeah, it's a wide open net, but how do we make this easy for ourselves? Well, obviously by placing it on the net. Okay?
Put it in a good spot, yeah.
Okay, so now we pressure the ball kinda as first man. You have like this idea. However, I think this is gonna be something that's gonna be like, I give advice to people here and there that is very like, not situational, but very personal. So here's the thing, is you've played this game for almost 10 years now, correct? Yeah, on and off-ish, I'll give you that. Here's the thing, you know what's happening here after he does this. So your brain is firing right now and saying, okay, he's below the ball, he's gonna hit this upwards. So you start going up. You face perfectly. Now, as we see him do this, your brain then sends a signal and says he's actually gonna push this middle, correct?
Yeah.
You know this is happening. We can see by the way he's doing this that it's happening. Now your brain doesn't predict. Your brain is reacting to predictions, which gives you this idea that you feel like you have slow reaction times because you're not predicting. So since we don't predict, we're not in front of this, and he gets by us immediately. So my personal advice for you, and this is some of my favorite advice to give to people that I also coach basketball on, and this is how you start getting steals and stuff. It's gonna be anticipate what is going to happen. Where is this? Give me one sec. I'm gonna copy and paste this into here as a really good piece of advice for you. Anticipate what is going to happen and react. Do not react to what is actually happening. Predict and react to your predictions.
Okay.
So what this is did you ever play sport in high school or sport after high school?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not professionally or like on a team, but pickleball, volleyball, soccer, all kinds of stuff.
Okay, perfect.
Motocross.
For a lot of these sports, you can kind of get a good sense. I don't know about motocross. I've never done that. You can get a good, even motocross actually. I could use that as well. You can usually predict what somebody's gonna do, right? There's this kind of general thing where it's like, hey, nobody's around that motocross driver, so he's probably gonna take the inside line because it's quickest, right?
True.
Or hey, with volleyball, the setter's usually gonna pass it to the hitter, right? When it goes to the setter, you're like, okay, they're probably going to hit it up to one of the two hitters, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they do trick plays, which I would consider outplays. For the most part, people aren't doing outplays all the time. And even in soccer, you're like, okay, why are they passing the ball around so much? And when you really think about it, it's to shift the defense to create advantages. But you can usually gauge those passes of what they're going to do when you're watching. It's the same thing here. Gauge what he's doing. You see that he's going to go ceiling potentially, so you start to go up the wall. However, after that happens, your brain turns off and you're like now reacting to what's happening, and he gets by you for free.
Yeah.
And I think we'll notice that as a consistent pattern. And that was a really good job by you there.
Yeah, that was more like it. I felt like I got redemption a little bit from my last shot.
Yeah, that was way better.
Yeah, I will say too, like this last week or so, my speed flips are like total shit. So I think I do miss one here, like completely unnecessarily. But it's something I practice once again every day. So trying to build consistency still.
Fair enough. So look, same shit here. You don't pre-jump this. Why? You're like this. It's this predict and react. Say, okay, nobody's going for kickoff in this roundabout sense. Let's just say that because you've. What should I be doing right now? Pre-jumping the shot because this guy, if they control it, he'll get back in time. You will not get back. He will not get back in time if they power shoot this. And your pre-jump should be right down the middle based off this guy is driving right down the middle.
Right down the middle, yeah.
So you cover as much net as you can. But however, you wait until it's fired. And this dodge, if it was... What the fuck? If it was slightly earlier, as you can see with this little here...
What is that trail?
It's because the server didn't recognize you hitting it, even though you technically hit it on your screen. And that is the difference between that half a second dodging earlier pre-jumping. So react. That's your reaction times versus you predicting and reacting to your prediction. Because if you predict there and just pre-jump and then dodge, you save it completely.
That's a good advice.
And that was obviously very situational, but... So here's the signature. I don't know. This is you treating kickoffs. So I don't understand this to a lot of players. Kickoffs to me are just another challenge. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You challenge here, and you win this, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, how many opponents does your teammate have to beat?
Oh, he only has to beat the one. There's only one left.
So if you go bump him, how many opponents does your teammate have to beat?
Rip. Yeah.
And he
a wide open net.
Is cheating over to you. Where the fuck is this guy? He's right next to you. This guy is not getting back. If you go up, grab pad, and go bump him, this is your teammate's shot without this defender there.
Wow.
You see that?
That's actually really obvious now.
Yep. It is, and that's the third time or second time we've talked about that now. And that's 2 goals right there that you just get for free. Okay. 2 sides to this. Safe second man, right?
Yeah.
I don't like this challenge, and it only works because he missed.
Yeah, and yeah.
He missed.
Yeah, it was super risky.
If he double jumps there and pops it over your head, you're dusted. And if it's a player in champ above, you get dusted.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, also, there's a second side to this that we're not going to really go over, but it's challenging with confidence. You see this happening. If you want to challenge, sure, knock yourself out, but you're not boosting really at it. You just hit you don't even hit supersonic speed. I think you hit supersonic speed as you dodge. You can hit supersonic speed earlier. You have 100 boost in your tank. You can dump 20 boost in like accelerating because you're at 100. So we kind of play this slow, little sketched out. Creates an awkward challenge. Great, you won it. Luckily, right?
Yeah.
And then you rotate out as first man again. So here's the thing. There's a couple of things. So your job as first man is to make it easy for your second man, right? Okay. You are first man. We can agree, correct?
For sure.
So we can drive challenge the ball right now. If we drive challenge this, and he pops it up like this, do we hit the ball?
No.
What do we hit?
Him, actually, yeah.
Perfect.
Good point.
Which makes this challenge incredibly easy for him. Or if he doesn't challenge, you're still first man. And let's say you hit neither and you don't rotate out, you go here as he's then trying to catch it and take another drive challenge.
Oh, jeez, I totally left my teammate.
Dive. So now your teammate is in a really awkward spot. The only saving grace that he has is these guys are just talking to each other out each other's windows.
Dude, that's pretty wild, yeah.
So they're on top of each other. Okay?
Yeah, that's a good one.
So pressure ball as first man. And again, you have, and this concept is one of the best ways to carry games, because these concept and attack with intention, as well as the 2v1s, are my three top pieces of advice. Also being safe second man, those are like if I were to top 4 in them. But the top 2 is attack with intention. Why? Because it shows control. Correct. Now pressuring the ball as first man doesn't show control, it takes away control from the opponents. Now what you're doing with these 2 things, if these are the only 2 things that you take away from this, you'll still go up 100 MMR. On the simple idea, you're giving your team more control of the ball while taking more control away from them. It's really simple in theory, and to talk about it, it becomes incredibly complicated when you have to put it into practice. Right. But if you take control away from the opponents and give yourself more control, I mean, it's a no-brainer. We should be able to win the game, right?
Yeah, get the advantage for sure.
Yes. So now your teammate takes a decent challenge as first, which he shouldn't have to take that, obviously. He takes a clunky challenge. This is great. This is fine by me, but we know he's hitting this ball, correct? So, look. Anticipation. We know he's hitting this. I have no fucking clue where he's hitting this. But since I know he's hitting it, I'm going to take a turn slightly sooner. And as I see it start to go up, I will already be, instead of here, I will be here.
I see, yep.
And what that does is I don't have to dodge to get to this ball faster. You are racing against 2 players right now, okay? When you want to beat players to the ball, you often double jump, correct?
Yeah.
When you want to just get power / placement past the defenders / defense when you're shooting, you use your air rolls as a dodge, like an air roll shot. So we use a dodge to beat them, where this should be a double jump, but you have to dodge to extend your car out due to you being so far back. Not anticipating, reacting. Okay?
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, you get the gold. However, that's not a goal you're going to get in GC. In SSL, you're probably going to get scored on by doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Your teammate's also, granted, not going to put that into the middle, but it's part of it. Okay. So, I don't want to sit here and give you kickoff advice, okay?
I'll take it though.
But what are you looking at when you do the kickoffs, personally?
Yeah, figure out what side I'm on so I know which way I gotta flip, and then I try to look straight across to what the other guy's doing. But in this case, I did not react at all to what he was doing. I kind of just kept going.
Here's what I'll say, because this is my kickoff advice that I give to people. It's another challenge that we're taking, okay? Except it's a set challenge. So with a set challenge creates set plays, okay? Well, my first instinct is this is a muscle memory. My speed flip to the ball is muscle memory, okay?
Yeah.
However, this player might go for back corner boost or might go behind him for a Spanish kickoff, right? If he goes back corner, that means this player's trying to get it this back corner. So you know what I try to do? I try to say, okay, we'll get it opposite. I'll try to get it this back corner.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Now, if I see this player go back here into net, I know it's a fake Spanish. Obviously, that's going to be a different
Mhm.
kickoff. But if he's sitting in net, like off the kickoff, if he's like in this
Mhm.
spot and he just sits here, I say, okay, he wants the ball rolled to him. So what's he going to do? Not touch it, right? So I will
Right.
shoot at top corners to make
Yep.
confusion. Now,
Yep.
here's the thing, is what creates this opportunity to collect the ball is if you look at your teammate as you initially go, you won't see
Mhm.
this because he's directly behind the ball. If I scan
Mhm.
for the person that's not going to see what he's doing, to see if they're doing any special kickoffs, as I'm
Right.
getting close to here, I then see my opponent that I'm
I
actually
see.
supposed to be
Yeah.
kicking
Yeah.
off with. Then I can react. Okay?
And that's one thing too, is like I'm always trying to win the kickoff onto their half as much as possible. That's just how I've always tried to do kickoffs, and maybe that's incorrect.
That's the right way to do it if there's no setup like Spanishes or setup fakes and
Right.
stuff. And
True.
my point is you want to win your kickoffs obviously to their half. However, scan for the both players. Scan for the person that's not going,
Okay.
then scan for the player that is going. Because if you scan for the player that is going first, you won't see them doing anything special.
Mm. Yeah.
Because they'll be doing usually the basic motion. And if I literally do this right here, and I'm like, okay, opponent's going, and then I just assume that he's going, and I'm looking at other things now, I don't really know if he's going or not until I've already hit it, right?
Way too late. Yeah.
Yeah, versus if I scan for him second, then I can slam on my brakes to make sure I don't chip it at them. Good save by your teammate. Okay, you are second man here.
Yeah.
And we creep out, and there's two problems here. You creep out to take a challenge, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a challenge you have to take with confidence.
Right.
We
My
wait.
teammate has no boost. He's got
Yeah.
a guy there.
If you want to do this isn't a controlled ball, and we could obviously agree because it's way up in the air. You're not going to be able to control this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a ball you have to challenge with confidence. So I might give you the challenge fundamentals. You'll probably be able to use them in a week, in like 4 days when you start to actually rank up.
Mm-hmm.
I only say might because it's kind of like using the backboard. Challenges become way more like the challenge fundamentals become way more efficient the higher rank you are. The
Mm-hmm.
backboard becomes like playing backboard defense becomes way more efficient when you get higher ranks, right? A bronze never gonna hit at the backboard, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a champ player might double tap it once a week.
Yeah. Once a week sounds right.
An SSL is gonna be like
That's their
like
home.
yeah, they're gonna love you for not being on the backboard. So we don't challenge with confidence, and we're also not a safe second man there. And then this you get demoed because you are doing what? You are not rotating with
looking.
urgency.
Hmm.
And yes, you're also not looking. But my concern is urgency. You just dodge and like you're not boosting. You're just kind of like going back. And then you start to boost, but the server rolls your boost back, it looks like. Because it was late. So here this happens. I am immediately boosting and dodging straight down this line here to get back to my net immediately. And if I see this touch happening, I start to go here,
Right.
leave the boost for him, but take this up the wall. And now, and I would actually, at that point, you wouldn't even want to leave the boost for him because he's completely out of control. He has 0 boost, and you can actually see that there. So we know he's not going to land on that. We have to race to it.
Exactly.
Again, that there's two sides to it, and the biggest thing for me is I don't think it's so much the urgency anymore. I think it's more so you just don't anticipate things happening. There is problems where you still don't rotate back quickly, but so we'll give that to you. But you don't anticipate anything.
Yeah, I think I'm. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I am reacting a lot to what's happening. I'm waiting for it to happen. Really.
Yeah. Good. Okay, this is awesome. So here's the thing. Free beat, right?
Yeah.
What is something that you didn't do here when you start to attack?
Let's think. Well, right after this, I took too long to get control is one thing. Didn't do. I guess I didn't look for another man to blow up. Also, maybe I could have left the ball and done something else. Or I guess you're gonna get at attack with intention potentially.
Good. And what part of attack with intention is this?
Well, let me think about it. So I cleared the ball, tried to get a close first touch, but it wasn't that close. and then immediately afterwards, I just went towards the wall, which is not towards the net. So maybe it was not direct enough.
I'm gonna ask you a question here, and you're gonna have to answer this semi-precisely, okay?
Okay.
Where is their second man right now?
If I had to guess, he'd probably be
There it
midfield.
is. You
Yes.
have to guess.
Okay.
That is the first job in your first touches slash getting for slash first touches slash attacking with intention. You cannot intentionally attack a defender if you don't know where they're at.
Okay.
So here we take this touch, and you are landing slash boosting, right? It's a very routine movement, and you can even let go of boost for half a second and flick your camera. Boom. Do you play on controller?
I do, yeah. PS5.
Perfect. So you have two choices here. We flick and see him there. You have two choices. Take it up the wall, which is away from him. However, you have slightly low boost, so that's a little bit of a risky play to do immediately. Or you let it bounce here, or you catch I mean, you could catch it too. But since you don't scan for him, it creates this panic here.
Yeah, I am totally just blind.
Which I personally, like, to be honest with you, I would take this up the wall even with 50 boost. That's just who I am. You could also catch this on the ground and attack here and go for a low 50. But since we don't scan for him, your intention, the way you take this touch isn't to go up the wall. The way you take this touch is to catch it.
Yeah.
Which makes this really awkward. So now if we catch it facing the wall, you are doing the second part incorrect, which is make your first touch easy for your second touch. This makes your first touch incredibly difficult for your second touch. Now that we've made the second touch incredibly difficult, this happens. Where this should have been a touch you took back here, controlled. You would have already had it up the wall back here and controlled. Granted, you don't have a ton of boost. I don't mind you doing this with the low boost because you can still jump and get a 50 behind it. Now,
and
this...
I should have pre-flip there, but...
So yeah, now you're thinking of like, oh, I should have pre-flipped and done all of this. Your first touch wasn't easy for your second touch, which makes your second touch impossible for your third touch.
Yeah.
And
then here I'm just scrambling.
Yeah, and here, honestly, this isn't a horrible play. At this point, I would probably do this. Because if I don't do this, and I don't use boost, he has a free catch and he gets to go back.
He's got free, yeah, that's really all it is. It's just beat him to the ball.
So this adapting out of the end of it is great, but you shouldn't have to adapt out of the end of this all. And I'll be honest, too, if you take this touch here smoothly up the wall and you jump off and you see this guy's not back, you can demo him and do whatever. You can even catch it if he doesn't challenge. You can pinch it. You can do so many different things. And yes, you only have, like I said, 55 boost-ish. Well, let's see, actually, your first touch.
Shot.
Okay, so we waste a boost, too.
But going up for this one,
yeah. So, yeah, you just dump a lot of boost where you don't necessarily need to. So jumping to save this, you probably didn't need to use 20 boost, but honestly, fine, whatever. But then you start to boost before you're on the ground, and you use another 15 before you're even on the ground. And then you use another, like, 20 to get to the ball. Then you slam on your brakes.
Wasting all of that boost, basically.
Yeah, so that's something to kind of think about. I don't like to give people boost to the managements and things, so we'll see about that one.
Oh, I missed those pads.
It's fine to go for 100, you're dead zero. I don't mind it.
That was terrible.
So look, I'm gonna do a video on this. This is gonna be a complete video of like why this community is struggling to climb.
Man.
So look, so attack with intention, correct? This ball is catchable for both of these players.
For sure.
And taking it to the corner for 100. Now this ball isn't necessary for your teammate to go for it. He doesn't have to do this. Zero intention.
Yeah, definitely.
That's 3 times in like 6 seconds, okay?
Yeah.
Now what happens here? I think it's this player. That's 4 times in like 7 seconds. And then what does this player do?
That's slam like, it right back to him.
You guys are playing table tennis with cars.
Yeah, it's ping pong.
And then what does he do? Ah! He hits it, and then we challenge because we're like, it's like It's like if Oprah cloned herself and put her on her own show, and she's like, "You have a car," and the clone's like, "Well, no, you're supposed to have the car," and then
Yeah.
they're like, "No, you're supposed to have it,"
We
and
have
it's just
no
like
idea.
you guys are just giving each other the ball. It's like, "Hey,
Oh yeah.
bro, do your best." It's like when
Take some time.
It's like when the 18th string comes out for like a soccer game and you're like trying to spoon feed them the ball, except the problem is they're on the other team.
Oh my god.
And then watch.
Yeah.
They challenge, fine, fair enough. You give the ball over because this is like, and I'll be honest with you, this player, if you like use your, how do I say this nicely? If you use your eyes, and I don't mean that to be like derogatory or rude or any way, shape, or form, but if you use your eyes, the ball is gonna hit the ceiling. I see that it hit the ceiling. Do you know what my eyes now do?
Look down.
They say, wait a minute, this guy's in my fucking cam. Watch. You
Oh.
can see him. And he's leaving. And you're like,
Yeah.
and maybe
It's a
he
free
fake,
ball.
maybe he could fake challenge too. What I would do if I was in a higher rank to call their bluff, I would fake jump. I would just single jump right here,
Like
and
a quick single jump right there.
yeah,
Yep.
and he would go back, and then I have a free ball. Instead, you're like, nope, you guys take it, and then
I just gave it to him. Yeah.
yeah, and your teammate could have had a demo there too. This is a good follow up. I will give you that. And then they take control. Nice challenge by you, actually. That's really smart. And then we don't rotate out. Then that's the issue, is again rotating with urgency. You take an amazing challenge, and you're kind of low boost. At this point, you can see your teammate can't see you, you're not first man anymore. So how that works is if we're both looking at the ball, if I can see my teammate, that means he's first. That means I'm second man and he's first man. If he can't see me, if he's looking at ball, that means, oh my fucking god. That means he can't see shit, but if that means he's first man since he can't see you. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
So just get out quickly. So that's gonna be this. Challenges, maybe. Paths, yes. 2v1
Definitely use more time. Like,
yeah.
You got time. It's fucking diamond.
Yeah. And then I mean kinda
It is risky.
I don't mind this that much, actually. Nah, I don't mind it. Fuck it. Risky challenge. Fuck it, we'll take that. Let me watch that from his point of
It
view.
doesn't got a reset, so I'm like,
No, I agree with this challenge 100 times over. So if you had complete zero control of this ball, then fine, fair enough, don't go. But he actually, he was doing a decent job. I love that challenge from you. Don't even like, I like that. You challenged with confidence too, which made it good. Okay.
and that's where I misclicked.
So yeah, confidence. As soon as I see this, I'm not gonna turn away from the fucking ball, bro.
Oh, I see. You just turn into it.
So you challenge this with full-blown confidence. You have the confidence of like a supermodel going out to like the mall or some shit right here. And then here you're this guy that's like hasn't been outside in like 6 weeks, and you're like, whatever. You just don't go. Like it's a free challenge. So challenges we're giving you, and we'll go over like all that entire concept at the end.
I think I tried the. I go into shadow defense way too often, and
okay, shadowing.
That's part of the.
Good.
Go ahead.
No, you first. Sorry.
I guess it's part of my I don't know how to play correctly. Thought is like I don't think I'm doing it right, but like,
so
what is right?
Shadowing, good. Okay, don't get that twisted. Shadowing, playing shadow as second man is amazing. Playing shadowing as first man is good. However, if you're first man, which you are here, it's your presence isn't enough alone. Because let's say I'm shadowing as first man from their half to this half, I have to do something. Me just shadowing closely isn't going to do a whole lot. I want to make a challenge. I want to make it hard for them to control it, right?
Right.
So here he comes right to you, and you're playing backward, just hit the ball. Instead of you, and that would be a backflip. Find whatever you miss input, I don't care, but that's not the right play.
I could have just hit the brakes, honestly. It would have been easier.
Yeah, but you could also, like, just take a drive challenge right there and just hit the ball.
Drive up, yeah. Yep.
Drive to the ball instead of away, and then he scores it, and he's now sad.
Now I'm trying to untilt my teammate, so...
Yeah, now you made your teammate depressed because he's an own goal. He has the traitor title at the end of this game. Holy fuck, that's something you're... I don't care. There's nothing to dissect.
It is what it is. I might cheat up too hard here, I don't know, but it's all good.
If you want to see somebody cheat up hard, let me see if I can find this really fast for you. I don't care how hard you cheat up, to be honest. Let me see if I can find this.
Yeah. I tend to go as far as I can without boost. It's like flip, grab the pad, wait, and then...
I have to show you this now that you said that though. This shit's insane.
Fucking bead flipping into the, position.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find this really fast.
Yeah, and that kind of shit right there demoralizes me as hell. Because now I'm down 2-3. I'm thinking I'm still the best player in this lobby. Granted, that could be completely wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. I can't lose this, so I'm
Yeah.
probably going to start making more mistakes from here.
That's fair. Let me see if I can find this really fast.
I will say watching some of the pros play is always nice.
Yeah.
So, like, it doesn't directly help your game, but like when you get in the game, it just it's the same game they're playing. Like,
Yeah, I can't find it right now. Zen does this cheat where he just full throttles it behind his teammate. Doesn't give a single fuck what his teammate's doing. Zen is like the epitome of like, I don't even know. It's like a terrible solo queue teammate. He's like the epitome of like the worst solo queue teammate possible if he doesn't know perfect movements. Because he's like dive challenging everything. He's like just slamming on gas after his team. He uses like all of his boost to follow his teammate up. So he's like honest. He's like here on his teammate when they kick it off. Like he's the epitome of like what you would hate as a ranked teammate, but since he's so fucking good and efficient, like his efficiency and his speed, his everything is just so efficient on his side, where it doesn't matter. He's just the best player in the world. However, if I had a champ 1 player that tried to replicate Zen's fucking gameplay on my team, I would hate that player. I would never want to see his name again. I wouldn't want to see it ever. I would be sad if I saw it in like some video where he's receiving coaching. I would still be like, no. Like that's
uninstall the fucking game.
Yeah, so like cheating is like it's up to you. Like honestly.
Yeah.
That's my point with that. Is like cheating is an okay thing if you follow quickly. If you chase down like he does though, like really, really fast. That just kind of means you have to like react faster. That's good. You played a really safe second man there. You fake challenged and you went.
I don't even know what my teammate was up to, but worked out.
Okay.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's great. Awesome. Congratulations to your teammate. How many opponents did your team have to beat?
None, technically.
One's back.
Oh, he's coming back. Yeah, that guy's flipping.
So this is like, I love to hear the mindset, because you're like, oh, nice, cool, we get a goal, right? I didn't have to do anything. Here's the thing. You're putting your fucking MMR in your teammate's hands. Get up there. Get up there.
I do put my MMR in my teammates a lot.
Just get right here, and then when you're right here, and you dive it with him, and he scores it without you having to touch it, then you're like, oh yeah, nice, dude. Like, you're back here, and you're like, where are you?
Hopefully it works.
You're now full speeding. Holy shit. Yeah, you're like back here, and you're like, yes.
I was chilling, yeah.
Look at you. You're just like, holy fuck, I need to be there, man.
Oh no.
That's like noticing
a good point.
Yeah, that's noticing the 2v1s. And we just like, you're like, oh my god, bro, I'm late. And then he scores, and you're like, yes. Ah, nice.
Thank God. Yeah. But it was unnecessarily stressful.
Yeah, exactly. So notice this too. It's perfect. And here is what I'm going to say for you. Fuck yes. So number 3. It's going to be if your teammate has 1 player to beat on counterattack / offense, demo last man, or if you can't get there in time, position aggressively near the middle, waiting for a 50-yard pass. You could not get there in time for the demo on their last man, okay? But you could get in the middle to wait for a 50/pass. Now, with that said, look for a 2v1 if you're off ball. Look for a player out of position is how you notice these 2v1s. And now, with that said, that doesn't mean you go fucking demo the player that's out of position, which I see a lot of apes do. You go demo the person that's in position, because then there's nobody in position. I coached somebody recently. He's like a gold player, which I probably won't make a video out of, which I don't make videos out of a lot. But like, he's like, I've noticed like 2v1s, and he would like go like, he would see this player that was like out of position, which is so sweet. He would see this player dive, and he's like,
yeah, go get him, yeah.
And then he would like spawn.
While just spawning there.
Yeah, then he would spawn like back here, like right on top of the ball, and I'm like, oh, this poor soul, dude.
That's hilarious. What is even happening? Oh, that's my
That's like the replay thing. It was a replay, but I think. But yes, nice. 3-3.
Cool. We're back.
So those 2v1s alone, we've seen like 6 times, which are goals. 6 goals alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. It's a good challenge. You're doing your job as first man. And you make it really easy for your second man. Like, watch this. Your teammate is probably like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Yeah, look how he's positioning. And then since you go up, he's like, oh, that's actually really easy to play now. He chooses to play a safe second.
Too.
Yeah, he chooses to play a safe second man. I respect it. He should probably go up and pressure the ball pretty soon here. Great. You've made defense incredibly easy for you guys. Now you see.
Gone, so I'm first.
So you're now just like brains fucking were processing on like a 1980 Windows PC right after this touch, and you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And you're just staring at the ball, holding your throttle down.
Yeah, part of my mindset too is like, if my teammate's in front of me, I'm not fucking going because I don't trust them not to go. You know,
he does this, and you see his car turn away.
That should have been my sign. Yeah.
This is you saying, I need to be first man. And then
yeah,
you're
I
like,
agree with that.
And since you're like, and this also, I will say this all stems from you just not like rotating with urgency. Your teammate's going up to hit this ball, and you can be like, well, I don't trust him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So since if we do trust him and he hits this ball, which he did, you would be up in a position that would not make this, because we haven't even watched the next part, but I can already tell you guys are probably going to double commit or be really confused. Right. Since you trust him, there's no confusion. However, the way I like to see this is if I trust him and dodge up the field and he whiffs, I am there to like, I'm still back enough to deal with it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
However, like if it's a completely easy ball and the expectation is for him to hit it and he misses, he's not going to be like, God, my teammate sucks. He's going to be like, damn, I fucked that up. And you're going to say the same thing. You're going to be like, well, I was trying to do the right thing. I was anticipating a hit. I was trusting my teammate.
That's true, yeah.
So let's watch how this plays out. And then that's the rotating with urgency. So since we didn't rotate with urgency, we don't know how to play the ball as first man. And now, boom, bop, bam. We didn't even notice this shit. What am I going to say right here?
Oh, damn. Wait. Let me think about this.
Do you want me to let it play one more time
I'm
through?
first man, so I should have challenged.
Do you want me to say this? Here, I'll let this play one more time through. What fundamental are we missing here? This is going to be great.
I'm probably not going to get it. So, geez. Well, I would say I couldn't see my first man, so I'm first man. And I didn't challenge the ball, so I'm not, I guess, playing a good first man. That's my first guess.
Okay. This is why we do this. How many opponents does your team have to beat?
Oh, damn it. Every time.
So look at this. This player loses full control right. Bop. And you're actually being a great first man. You take a drive challenge. You don't overcommit. You force a lack of control. That's exactly what you do. As soon as I see that, though, my brain, I don't give a shit what this player's doing. He's out of the play. If he lands and bumps my teammate, good for him that he made a good play.
Yeah,
right?
That was a good move, yeah.
If he does that intentionally, great, good job for him. He realized he lost control, so he finds the one thing that he can, like impact. However, most players wouldn't do that. They're going to be like, oh my fucking God, what did I just do? I got to get back. And what that means is this is a free bump.
Dang.
And this shot, as fucking bad as it was, it's in.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Yeah, that's way too easy right there. I mean, that should have been, and this should have been on net, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, so 2v1, great. And then here, all you have to do is side dodge a little sooner to put it in the middle of the net. So that's also placing your shots on net. I think here's the thing here is you're like, damn, net's wide open, but you don't think about where you want to get it on the net. You're just like, I hope to God it's on the net. Is how I see like a shot like that. And that's fine, right? We still panic here and there, but this is something you should be able to secure. Even even in champ, if we just think about placing it down the middle, your brain's gonna wire completely differently. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think
what are they
at
doing?
this point I was playing nervous for sure because I'm like so tilted at I've been on a losing streak for like a week. So.
You're good. I just want to bask in the glory of these players. So we boom, and we go boom. He says, back to you, teammate. And his teammate says, no, King, back to you. And he's like, no, I insist.
This is top tier like passing plays. No, I fucked that up.
Okay, this isn't a bad whiff. I don't really. This isn't
I should have got that though. That's a goal.
Let me think. How would I play this? I'll be honest, I would have no idea how to play this. If I saw this in SSL, I'd be laughing and rotating. I have 100 boost. If I I'll be honest with you, in SSL, I have 91 boost right now. If I saw this while I was playing Rocket League on SSL or like GC3, I would be picking up this pad and holding my boost down all the way to here, laughing and looking at chat. I'm just like, there's no way I'm playing this ball. I'm sorry.
This is a risk. Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm good. Thank you, though. I am out.
That's a bait, yeah. Oh, man, so
I would be
bad.
also clipping that and submitting it to Ranked and saying, what rank do you guys think I'm in? And
Yeah,
no
goal
one
two.
would get it right. Yeah, exactly. Nobody would get it right. Okay. So we take our challenge, correct? And
Yeah.
look, your brain says, oh, fuck, I whiffed. Urgency, urgency. You start boosting out of the air. And I don't even remember how much boost you had. You had probably like 60-ish? 60. It's 60 boost. And you're like, urgency, urgency, brain, get back, get back, get back.
Yeah. Go,
And then
go,
you're
go.
like, you use 30 boost. And then you're like, it's a good day to get back, baby. You're not even like trying to get back. Like you tried so hard for like 3 seconds. And then you're like, I don't know.
That
about
was
it
like
all.
boost, save your boost.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you
you're
can't
like,
do shit to help them anyways.
benefit of the doubt, you're grabbing pads. You're not trying to.
Missed that one.
Yeah, you'd be pathing over that if you're trying to. But yeah, grab pads, go supersonic speed. At your point too, you can take the extra time to go get those pads while going supersonic speed because you'll be back at the same time. For higher level players,
Yeah.
it's more instinctual. And to be honest with you, you're not impacting this ball if it's going in, right? Even if he goes for a double tap, you're not going to be able to save it. So what does it matter if like you take a third of a second to
going supersonic with less boost or more?
Yeah, what does it matter if you like are grabbing pads, going supersonic speed, and being there a third of a second later?
Yeah, no, that sounds actually like a good advice because I think I got into a bad habit of trying so hard to save boost that I'm not getting places quick enough now.
Yeah, and
I'm still wasting boost.
So yeah, you waste exactly. So we learn recoveries and all of these different recovery mechanics to save boost, right? However, you don't jump off the wall in wave dash here because
Yeah, I
why?
should have zapped there.
Why don't you do that though? Is because you start boosting down. So instead of landing up here to make it comfortable landing to go down, you just like you boost down, make it clunky instead of jumping and wave dashing. A wave dash and a dodge with this pad is supersonic speed, and then you're like, you're going in fast, and you're not at you're not at 44 boost here, or what do you get back with? Count an extra 12 on this. You would literally probably have like 100 boost.
Yeah.
And then
that's way better.
yeah. And then there's like, there's two sides to this. I don't think you have the boost for this, so you shouldn't go for this, which you're not being a safe second man. Okay, this kid AFK'd, and you're lucky AFK'd. I think he should still get the goal here off this player alone if he's a GC player. And I'll watch from his point of view to see what he's looking at. But yeah, you guys should be getting scored on here. 100% of the time.
For sure. That was a worse commit.
Okay,
I know we do.
I'm glad you get scored on because it teaches you even more than I'm teaching you. Safe second man. It's okay. I have a friend who's like an IRL friend of mine, and I watch him play Rocket League, and he's actually around the same rank as you. He couldn't be fucking damned if he got scored on. The way he challenges, I think the least of his concerns is getting scored on.
Yeah. He's just like, I'm gonna fucking go.
Yeah, and he's like, I told him the other day, he's like, you have the exact same play style as Zen, because all he does is full send every challenge, and I'm like, you're a terrible teammate to play with. And like we run twos sometimes. And like he tries his best to be like a good teammate, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh my god, like I don't want to like fuck up this guy's game, you know? Even if it's like casual, he's like, I don't want to like lose the game for him. So he's like a really good teammate. And then when it's his own rank, he doesn't give a single shit. Like this is the same energy. This fucker right here is the same energy that you just had. Like, yeah. So like, look,
I have no shot at this ball.
You have no shot at this ball, but at least you're gonna pressure it. But then you see this fucker just fly across your screen and hit it, and you're like, what the hell is happening? Look at this right here. It's the same exact energy as this right here.
Dude, this creates my trauma. Like this is why I'm traumatized in Diamond. Like at least when I get to champ and like I'm cruising in champ, the teammates are a little bit more trustworthy. But
Yeah,
good lord.
my point is, he just did that, and you just did that. You guys just did it to each other.
Yeah.
It's just fucking chaotic. Okay, so now it's 3-4, and then he does this to you, which is insane. And this is like, yeah, look, this. Did you watch my first touch video?
I did, yeah, and I completely agree that I did not get a good first touch here.
No, okay. So did you watch the first touch tutorial video of like all the different first touches?
I was watching you when you talked about making that video.
Okay.
You were going over some of the first
So my
touches,
next one is the first touch tutorial. Okay.
Okay.
This is a demon first touch to get, by the way. This is like damn near fucking impossible, and I don't blame you for fucking this up. That's my point here, is this is incredibly hard.
Oh, okay.
You have zero fucking space above you,
Yeah, there's
and the ball is already on its way down. Just do what you can to keep control of this, and you do fine. So don't really get upset
I
with
let
yourself.
it boost, and yeah, it's still not enough.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's such a hard first touch for even like high ranked players, because you have to get such a soft touch, but you have to get it up while also jumping off the wall and then
Not hitting the roof. And,
yeah. There's so many factors into that. That's a really good challenge. This is good. Look. This isn't a placed shot on net. However, you know you have to get it on net off the wall. Your brain air rolls to shoot it. This is what you need to do when you shoot every time. You missed it, but I will give you the attack with intention because you look like you're trying to put it on net. Like, it doesn't look...
yeah, I definitely was.
Yes, and that's the thing is you can see the difference between this, like, this is you problem solving to get it on net before you're not. And I'll be honest, looking at this shot, it looks like you're just trying to put it at the middle of the net. Like, you're just like, please, I'm trying to get this down the middle of the net.
Yeah, it was a mechanical issue.
Which
but...
you miss, and it's fine, but your other shots don't even look like you're like, it looks like the idea of putting it on net is there due to the fact of it being a free shot, but it doesn't look like you're air rolling / trying to put it down the middle of the net. Again, this looks like you're trying to put it in the middle of the net. It's not just like, hey, the net's open, hit it there, right?
Yeah.
And you're here, save second, man, that's good.
I think I'm gonna have to bail soon. Maybe in like 5 minutes. Sorry, my fiance is trying to go out.
Okay.
I didn't plan on that, so
That's okay. We'll get through this replay. I'll give you your fundamentals, and then we can finish up the next on Sunday if you still want to.
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely. I like that.
That should be like a 10-15 minute thing at most. It shouldn't take too long on Sunday,
okay.
so don't worry about that one because we've gotten a lot in here.
Yeah, honestly, I have like 2 pages with notes on my laptop.
We haven't opened that here. Great. Same thing.
Oh my
That's the sketchy part about it. Is like,
should have made
wait,
that. I had so much time.
It's not so much the time that you have; it's the idea that you're just hitting it at the net. Like if I'm trying to secure this down the middle, I'm not gonna jump at it from here. I'm gonna take half a second to go here and make sure it's right down the middle.
I see.
All right. And that's rotating with urgency. Believe it or not, you tripped over both posts, but at least you tried to get back quickly. And then here, you're also going supersonic speed. You're doing your best to get back quickly. Good.
Yeah, I think I'm nervous now because it's like, oh shit, 4-4, we should not lose this.
Yeah.
Sitting on like 900 points in this lobby. And it's like, come on.
Okay. So this is controllable to your corner. Attack with intention. Start your attack. Now that he bumps here, you're in a weird spot. This is a double commit because he gets bumped back to the ball. So that's fine, fair enough. Good challenge with urgency. How many opponents does your team have to beat?
Oh, just the one.
Nope. So we back.
Every time.
This is the right idea.
I didn't think of the reset until it was too late to get the reset, and then I was like,
Yeah, that's
so I
fair.
was just trying to recover it. I should have got it high, but
we can go over that. We'll go over mechanics Sunday, how to like mechanically train things
Yeah, that would be great because
instead of worrying about game sense, because we're doing that all right now. Okay, and then you have fine, fair enough. Oh, 50, sure, fine, fair enough. We're panicking, we're not attacking with intention there. Which creates this issue where you let your teammate have this ball here. Wrong. Here, do you see how I can catch it?
Yeah.
How many opponents does your teammate have to beat if you let him catch it? One. Another two.
Yeah. Once again, yeah.
And then since we panic here, it becomes a very awkward situation. Instead of thinking about how we're going to attack, you take a low 50, which isn't bad. Now, how many opponents does your teammate have to beat? One. Again.
Once again.
There's other ones here.
Yeah, this could have been a way easier game.
However, the good thing to note here is you don't have time for the demo, so you just position aggressively, and then you'd be able to cover just like you do here. Do you see how slow you're going back on your way back? If you go twice that speed, you'll still be back in time if you cheat up aggressively. So it's not like the worst thing in the world.
Okay.
Attack with intention, you hand the ball over.
Oh, true, yeah.
And you win the game right there. Okay. So,
Yeah, that was freebie they gave me.
yes. So we have, I'm going to give this to you right now.
This is rough to watch back.
Yeah, well, again, it makes it easier once somebody's able to pick apart your mistakes. Okay. So we have challenge fundamentals, which is more than good enough to give you here. First of the ball is first man, you don't do that. Your job is first man is to make it easier for second man to stick to the ball and rotating back. Rotating with urgency. It's a bizarre one to give you, but I think it's necessary. I say it's bizarre because like we shouldn't have to necessarily, like, I don't mean it to be rude, but you shouldn't have to think about that in the sense, like the grand scheme of things. But it's always good to remember, and as you get to higher ranks, it becomes really fucking prevalent to like actually think of.
To be honest, if I am fucking up a simple thing, I prefer that because that's easy to fix.
Yeah, it's
Fucking up a hard thing is harder to fix.
It's very, very like simple things to fix, I'll be honest with you. This is gonna be difficult as fuck, number one. And number 4. Save second man. Those are gonna actually be tough. The first man one can be kind of tough too. I'm gonna organize these though. You don't do this.
The first man one is tough for me, mentally at least, because I'm trying to. I'm more worried about the goals that go in my net than the goals I put in theirs when I'm playing a game.
Yeah.
So committing as a first man is like, that's high risk, man.
This is number 1 for you.
It is what you got to do.
Number 1's gonna be anticipate. Number 2 is gonna be first touch. Then there. Yeah, that's perfect. Actually, no, it's not. These are in terms of order, and then I'll explain how I want you to grind throughout the week. Fuck, these are all really important. Okay. And then I'll give you my warm up. Do you do my warm up already?
Okay, yeah. No, dude, I have like I warm up for like an hour and a half. Damage. A little ridiculous, probably.
Gotcha. Okay.
Battery 10%.
I just try to work on things that I know I'm bad at. So right now it's like double taps, and, shots, dribbling, catching, hair roll. It's like a whole thing. But I'm down to do a shorter one because it's kind of tiring.
So here's how this goes. Is this warm-up is going to be 5 minutes of recoveries at most. You just wave dash, speed flip, whatever you want to do around the field. Just get the feel of a fast-moving car with recoveries. Yeah. Then 5 minutes at most of working on power hits, which are just like your clears. So you just do that into the wall. And then after you hit it into a wall or two, you can use the backboards as well or corner walls. Place it at a wall, but don't place it on the wall. Just say you kind of make it so it's really easy to hit the wall, obviously, right?
Okay.
And then you want to hit it as hard as you can, and then you want to power shoot it onto a net. So then you're really focusing on accuracy while also getting power. So you're focusing the majority on power, then you're focusing on accuracy, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
And then you do 5 minutes at most of chasing the ball around the field while trying to keep control. You don't want to use the back is mod button for any of these, by the way. Reset
you
the
don't?
ball,
Okay.
kick the ball off, chase it down, take control, air dribble it into the air. You're going to lose control, get back to the ground quickly, and then regain control, or power clear it, and then get control, and then attack on that. You can score on that, reset the kickoff, do the kickoff. Again, you're not using back is mod buttons for these. By the time you do all of these, the only things you haven't worked on is your challenges, which is something you don't get to work on in free play, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And those are 5 minutes at most of everything.
Okay.
And so you'll do a 15-minute warm-up, and the reason you do this is you won't be fatigued, okay?
Yeah, that's a big piece of it.
Okay, so number 1 is going to be, I'll read these actually out in a sec. So how you're going to go throughout the week is you're going to have 8 things, so you're going to play for 8 days, and we'll do a follow-up, okay?
Okay.
We can do a follow-up on a day that you play as well. How this goes, though, is day 1 is read number 1, and then remind yourself of the bold, okay?
Okay.
Day 2 is you read number 1 to kind of remind yourself of that, and then read number 2 and focus on number 2. Remind yourself of the bold. So every single time there's a kickoff, every time we get scored on, every time I queue up, I say attack with intention, place your shots when you shoot. Attack with intention, attack with intention. Then day 3, look for 2v1s. And so by day 8, you've worked on 8 individual things while also reminding yourself of other things, okay? Now, also what you're going to do in queue, I expect about 10 to 15 games a day out of you as well, if that's fair to you.
Yeah, 15... let me see. So it's at 8 days times 15. It's almost 100. That's pretty easy.
Okay. Now with that said, in queue, just work on flip resets, mechanics, and stuff like that. Just work on really complicated mechanics while you're in queue, because what it does is it makes your brain problem solve, but it's not super intensive, okay?
Yeah,
and then number 1 is going to be anticipate what's going to happen and react. Do not react to what is actually happening. Predict and react to your predictions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Number 2 is going to be scan for your opponents. Make your first touch easy for your second touch. Attack with intention. Place shots when you shoot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Number 3 is going to be your teammate. If your teammate has one to beat on a counterattack / offense, demo last man. If you can't get there in time, position aggressively near the middle, waiting for a 50 or a pass. Look for 2v1s if you're off ball. Look for an opponent out of position. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think being aggressive is something I'll definitely benefit from as well there.
Yeah, exactly. You do play a really safe second man at times. You don't need to. Number 4 is going to be your job as first man is make it easy for your second man. Stick to the ball if you're a first man, rotating back if the ball is on the ground / wall. So that is not letting them control it. Again, this advice, number 2 and number 4 is going to be if there's 2 things you take away, obviously I want you to take away all 8 things, but if there's 2 things you take away, it's 2 and 4.
Yeah.
And actually, now with that said, that means it's more important than 3, so we're going to remove 3.
It's like
Flip those.
climbing up.
Okay, number 5 is going to be rotate with urgency. Be back before your teammate has to challenge. Now, that's a super simple concept to understand, right?
Yeah.
It's very hard to put into practice, especially in lower ranks. Your teammates are going to take chaotic challenges. This is always going to be possible. Following this idea in principle is where it becomes insanely productive for your rotations.
Okay.
Trying to be back before your teammate even has to touch the ball makes you just a lightning bolt back to defense, okay?
Super efficient, yeah.
Yeah. Number 6 is going to be your job as second man is to buy time for your first man to become second man. Be a safe second man. Don't let anything by you. Your problem isn't so much... I mean, yes, it's don't let anything by you. However, you just take risks. Don't take risks.
Yeah. All right. I do have to bail, man. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Can we go over the last 2 really, really fast to make sure you're on the same page? And I'll get you out of here.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Number 7 is going to be prioritize 12 heads when rotating. Still keep your momentum up. You obviously jump and pick up 12 heads. Don't treat them like traffic cones. Treat them like pieces of candy.
Right.
You've seen that joke where he just keeps picking up pieces of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of
piece
candy.
of candy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then number 8. Ooh, boost. Ooh, 12 boost. It adds up. Number 8 is going to be only dive challenge when you're confident you will win the challenge. So this isn't always going to, same thing as number 5. It's not always going to happen. But dive challenge when you're confident. If you get beat when you're confident, then you learn. Simple as that, okay? Drive challenge if you're unsure of diving. So just don't jump. Just drive into the ball. And if they chip the ball over, you hit the player.
Oh, right. That's the one I haven't been with.
Yes. And then fake challenge if they have control. You don't fake challenge, but also players in champ don't really have control of the ball.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then, yeah, the thing that you remind yourself is it's a good challenge if you can rotate back before they control the ball. So if we challenge and I can start rotating before they control the ball, that means I'll be back in my net before they shoot my net, and it's beautiful. Cool?
Yeah, yeah. No, that's perfect.
Quick thing, sorry. You have a
Yes,
special
sir.
role now in my Discord server.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be for all the people that have received my coaching. So
Cool.
with that said, it's still brand new, and I haven't done a ton of coaching since I've been sick. There's like a little section category you can ask questions. There's a way to keep your role after you do the follow up
nice.
and all of that stuff, so you can take a look in there. I highly recommend if you have any questions going into there, but you can also DM me if you have questions throughout the week. If it's a more complicated question, please let me know. We can find a couple minutes to call that day. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, man.
All right.
Dude, I really appreciate you taking the time today. Excited to try all this.
Yeah, of course. I wish you the best of luck. I seriously do. I'm actually really excited to see where you end up. Really excited to see how he does. Best of luck to you, man. It's just, again, it's your average champ player. So it's how it goes. It's what it is. Average champ player right here. Diamond 3 player. Wanting to hit GC / SSL. You see it a lot. It is what it is. I'll catch you guys soon, though. Peace.
Oh, you're behind me? Okay, there we go.
So now it's okay. We have goals off. That's okay. So look, what we're going to do is your first touch is like crucial. Okay. So when I get the ball, I assess how far I am away from the net, right? And I want to make the first touch easy for my second touch. What you're doing is on that one, you hit the ball too low, where it's really hard to get under it. Like a good player can get under it very easily. A player that's not as good would have a really tough time. And then the other time, you were hitting it more so like if I go right here up the wall, you're hitting it like this, and then now you're trying to air dribble all the way across the field, which if you have a billion boost might be possible for some players. So what we're going to aim for is lob it halfway towards the opponent's goal, and I'll show you how you want to do it. Halfway towards the opponent's goal, and as close as you can to the ceiling. This is like the perfect first touch right here. And then now I have a lot of really easy options to chase them. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Good. Yes. Okay. Just go for a basic air dribble right now. We'll add resets in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Alright. I already fucked that up. Okay. So basic lob. Yeah. It's too high up. I'm just gonna
Again, too far out.
I think I did it wrong.
Not forward enough.
Oops. Getting lag hard. Yeah. Okay, I think one thing that messes me up a lot too is like turning on that wall. I don't know why. But, yeah, that's too far out.
You hit a back smug button, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what the hell? Sorry. So weird. Too far up.
Okay. So we're gonna just work on your first touch. So come over here. This is all you're gonna do. That is like the perfect first touch. I can even go to the ground and then double if I want to.
So you're just pushing it into the wall and then smacking it. Nothing crazy.
I'll do it one more time. It's very, very simple. And this is what you'll do in like high ranks too. You're just gonna go here. And this was a little bit bad. Why? Because it was really close to the ceiling, but I can still play out of it however I want
to. Okay.
Don't worry about chasing it. Just don't even jump.
Okay.
Hit the ball and just stay on the wall. Don't jump when you hit the ball.
Copy. Alright.
Harder. A little. No, that's actually pretty good. One more time.
Okay, one more time.
Good. Okay. Good first touches. That's a little bit far. Obviously, hits the backboard.
Okay.
Now, you're going to do that and jump after you hit the ball. Do not jump as you're hitting the ball.
Okay, after.
There you go.
Oh.
And now you're like directly under it and you're actually air dribbling it over the net. Do that again. Good. And you're getting that kind of You're starting to kind of get that, like, where you glue it to the front of your car. That could be higher, and that would make your life way easier, but yeah, it's the right idea.
True. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, so
again,
far
if-
that's actually way more consistent.
Yeah. So, okay, here's the thing now. Now you're chasing the ball down in the air, which is fine. This is the next step. It's, oh, I forgot I don't have back spot button. So instead of chasing it down, the reason you're chasing it down is because you're hitting it too far out. Now you want to emphasize on hitting it upwards. And then do you see how I barely have to use any boost? I probably use 40 to get there, right?
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
And then I have 60 to use once I get there. So hit it more upwards. Yeah, now you have like 60 boost to do whatever the hell you want to.
Yeah, sorry.
Too low, right? It's okay.
Yep. Oh, I jumped right when I hit it. That's a bad habit I'm gonna have to break because I think I've sorry.
Okay.
I think I've spent so much time at free play just doing that, which I did it again.
If you can just tell yourself, touch then jump, touch then jump. Good. That's like amazing, right?
Way better, yeah.
Okay, and again.
Way better.
It's a really good air dribble. You could even double or reset. No. Cool. Okay, perfect. Now, you're going to make this a little bit tougher on yourself, okay? You don't get backless mod buttons. This is what it would be like in a game. Let's say you take it down, or this is like unrealistic, but you're going to side flip it into the wall, and then chase it down, and then do that.
Okay. Ooh, nice. Nice. Okay, no backless. Side flip.
You jumped at the same time.
Right when I did it.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, like every mechanic I've learned so far, pretty much just got to drill it for a week and then I got it. Or at least I got the
Yeah,
muscle memory.
You're
down.
dodging a little too close to the wall.
Okay.
It's okay, just reset. Just play it up the other wall. Okay. Now here's the issue with your dodges. You're putting it straight into the wall, where you have to go up like this. Do you see where it comes out? If I dodge, oopsies. If I dodge while, oopsies, hitting it forward like this, now it just sets me up for that sweet air dribble that we're looking for.
Perfect. It's crispy.
So I will slam this into the wall, and you ready?
Okay.
So make sure it's going at an angle up the wall. That's not terrible.
Okay, a little low, but okay.
Do it again.
Is this how you learned it, or is this how you found the best way to teach it?
This is how I did it. Because everybody sits there and uses the backless mod button and can get a great air dribble off of a really simple idea, but this is where you have to do it in game. This is exactly how you're going to set yourself up for wall plays in a game. So again, you're pushing it too far forwards rather than the alternative of... If you catch it on the wall, you can do whatever the hell you want to.
Okay.
Or like, if you're like really close to it if you want. But yeah, good. And then side flip to keep it on the ground. So you almost want to pinch it into the ground when you're side flipping. So you could do it right there into a side flip, pinch it. Get above the ball, so jump higher than the wall's at. Yes, right idea.
Okay. We try that.
Too close to the wall. Alright, look. This is how you're gonna do it, okay? Hit it into the wall. Boom. So I hit it wherever. Then let's say I catch, right? I take a touch, right? It's bouncing, so I jump above it, roll it. That wasn't even a great example, but I adapt out of it. And this would be a pretty good shot in a game. Right? Now that I've done that, I'll take it one more time just to show again. It's rolling, so it's very favorable. Maybe a little bit of bounce. Side flip, so I'm still behind it. Let it roll, so it's not all the way up the wall the entire way, and I can do whatever I want. So make sure you jump above it when you dodge, so it stays to the ground. Good. And then that's a really good touch up the wall. That one you have to jump off for because it wasn't rolling though.
Right. Okay. Too much, way too much. Yeah, I'll definitely be practicing with for a minute.
Again, you're dodging once you're at the wall. You want to dodge before you get to the wall. If you dodge when you're at the wall, do you see how it's coming off of the ceiling crease?
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to score that ball. And I wouldn't be able to score that ball.
Just bounce it off.
Your first touch should be the dodge. Good. Still close, but you get right at the, yeah, and then you can get under it.
Yeah, terrible. Okay. A lot of work there. Shit.
Yeah. So here, I'm here, and then I want it to roll, so I get above it. Whatever. It's not even that fast, but I make it really easy for myself off the first touch because I lob it towards the net.
Yeah, okay.
Same thing. I hit it softly because I don't want it to come very high up on the wall.
Oh, wow.
And then I can do whatever I want to out of it because I take a smart first touch. And I get reset regged in fucking free play.
How, I know, obviously game sense is probably the most important thing, but obviously you need mechanics. Like, it needs to
It takes
get there. When do you need them?
like mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, like, at what point do you think you needed your level of mechanics?
I started struggling with mechanics around GC3.
Okay,
That's where I felt like I was getting behind mechanically.
but you were no slouch at that point. You were, you obviously had
The first
some
time I hit
mechanics.
GC3, I looked like a fucking donkey. After that, I felt better.
Yeah, it's a little bad. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm also using the Bacchus mod plugin buttons too much. Kind of making me weak on these first touches.
His first touch and jumping after.
Yeah, when you do it that way, it's just so much easier on yourself. Oh, yeah, well,
Okay, do you know why we flip into the ball when we go up the wall? Before we go up the wall?
what?
Do you know why we do this motion right here? Right here. Or here.
I guess would be to create distance.
So it creates distance, and it also saves boost. And it also gets momentum while saving boost.
Oh, I see.
And you also make it roll. Since I go above it, it does 3 things, and all of those 3 things help this become a way easier task. It is incredibly hard if you don't do this. Because in a game, you know what you have to do if you don't do that? This right here, and then by the time you get to the wall, unless you're going up mid boost, you're out of boost. Which I see a lot of players do.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. That's air dribbles. I wrote it down in your notes. That should be what you practice and how you practice it in free play. Now that we have air dribbles, it's going to be a ceiling shot. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the exact same first touch. Just do the first touch twice, and I'll do it once for you. You see how close it is to the ceiling without hitting it?
Yeah.
One more time.
That's nice.
Super close to the ceiling, but doesn't touch it, right? Now you're going to jump to the ceiling, and then do whatever you want. Use a little bit of boost to get to the ceiling if you want to. That's a really bad shot, and I'll do it one more time. I say boost to the ceiling. Some players don't. You have to have a pretty damn good first touch if you don't boost up to the ceiling, man.
Yeah. You jump off the ceiling or you just fall
No,
off?
no, you fall off. If you drive to the ceiling, you have to jump off because it takes so long to fall off.
Okay.
Like, you see how much
And
longer
do
it
you
takes?
use like power slide up there?
By what? You
Do you
can.
use power slide up there or let go of throttle or
I
anything?
don't use power slide. I just hold throttle, but you can do whatever you want. You can hold power slide. It's up to you.
Okay.
Okay. And here you
Cool,
go.
cool, cool. Alright, no buckets. Wow, just against the rules.
Too far out.
Correct. Need to go higher and up to the ceiling.
So yeah. Dodge. Simple, right? And you want to get as close as you can to the ceiling, and that was actually an aggressively bad touch. Bad idea then. There you go. That's a really bad first touch. That's actually impressive how bad that was. That's a really good touch, and let's see.
Right.
Yeah. So with this, instead, because your air dribbles, you tend to like do this. You tend like on your air dribbles, you still want to be below it, but on air dribbles, you tend to go behind it a little more than I would like you to. But that's something that you'll
Okay.
just kind of figure out. On this, you want to go like straight to the ceiling. So I'll do the motion without the
Okay.
ball just so you can see. If I do this though, I'm gonna go straight up. See
Okay.
how I bumped you to the ceiling because I was going up so fast? Same
Yeah.
thing here. When I do this, I'm going to go straight to the ceiling. Why? Because I need to get there as fast as possible before the ball starts falling down.
I see. So your goal, you're really just like aiming for the ceiling when you're focusing on your hit. I
Yeah, as
guess.
soon as I do this, I hit, go ceiling. I hit, go ceiling. I do not hit and go ceiling at the same time. I hit, go ceiling.
Okay. Let me see if that helps. This is definitely one mechanic I've never practiced.
As a aggressive first touch.
Way hard, yeah.
Here. Yeah. So again, you want to go straight to the ceiling. You want to go straight up so you're still behind the ball because you're going on the side of the ball. Obviously, there's going to be angles where you sometimes need to.
Yeah.
You're hitting at the same time you're touching the ball.
Okay. Reset.
You can use back spawn if you want to get this set because now you know what you're going for with first touches.
Okay. Where's my jump?
Close enough to the opponent's net, and you hit the ceiling.
Okay.
That's really good, except you didn't have urgency to the ceiling after you hit it.
So do you fly to the ceiling upside down?
Here, I'll show you. I air roll.
Okay.
So I go here, here, air roll, immediately on the ceiling.
Nice. Okay. Try that.
Yeah, just like that.
No, that's way more comfortable.
You jumped off the ceiling, no, don't jump off.
Okay, don't jump off.
It's a perfect start. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then working on those touches is going to be something that you'll at least be able to do now very easily. Like your ceiling shots will like triple in progress if you just set yourself up for success on these. So what?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna just practice my first touches for like a while.
Yeah, and then you can like you chase them down too. Good. Going. You're trying to jump off the ceiling still.
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes. I gotta grab something out of the dryer. I'll be right back.
Do your thing.
Needs to be closer to the ceiling. As close as you can to the ceiling without hitting it halfway to the opponent's net. Think about your touch, then jump off the wall. And you want to do those very quickly together. That is that is like perfect. If you boost up to the ceiling, it'll be a little bit easier. So make sure you, as you jump, then you boost, then you get to the ceiling. I'll be right back.
Getting lag. Oh, that's perfect.
Okay, I'm back. You're still not getting close enough to the ceiling.
Sorry.
That's a bit better. You're still like. Go again. Do it again.
Yeah, I only got like one or two, like probably the right way while you were gone. But, so we-
That's like almost perfect. That's almost
Yeah.
perfect. I would rather have you hit the ceiling barely than fucking not even get close to it. Good. I want to boost up to the ceiling too.
But yeah, that's right. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I jumped off the roof. How long did it take you to learn some of the more advanced mechanics? Like tons of hours, or were you pretty natural at it?
It didn't take me too long.
That's nice.
But I'm also not doing super advanced mechanics. Like this is, I'm not like
Oh,
this crazy
right.
mechanical wizard. I like know the easy. I make the game look easy because I do the easy things. I don't sit there and do quadruple resets unless it looks like I'm able to do them. That was a really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Okay, so here, lob the ball off the wall close to the net. We already have that. Then after, get to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Get to ceiling fast with boost. So the difference is you cannot just like hover up to the ceiling. Use your 12, 15, 20 boost, whatever it might be, to get yourself to the ceiling. So it's just like, boom, I'm up there with the ball. Because look, if you get up there quickly, I'll demonstrate. If you get up there quickly, you can then like air dribble out of it, or you have a lot of choices out of this. Right? Now I can just like take a touch and then hit it to the right.
Oh wow.
Or
Close.
I can sit here and do this if I want, where I sit and hover behind it, and then I don't use it, but I have a reset the entire time, and then I can do whatever I want out of it. But if you don't get there quickly, it's really, really hard to then do anything out of it, because if you do this, I'm never going to get back to it unless I boost.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah, watching it from down here, it's pretty bad.
Exactly. So yeah, you boost up. And even if you're close to the ceiling, you still want to boost. And then sometimes you'll have to jump. Like that was not a great first touch, and that's also not a great time to go for a ceiling shot anyway. The last thing we're going to quickly go over, because I got to run, is going to be ceiling shot. So we just went over. Now we're going to go into flip resets.
Nice. Fun stuff.
Okay. For flip resets, step 1 repeats itself, obviously. So lob the ball up as close as you can to the ceiling. Good. So that's a perfect first touch. You just want it more towards the net. You're still going straight up into the ball rather than at an angle. If it's going towards the middle, it's because you're at an angle. That is perfect. It doesn't even hit the ceiling either. It's so easy to air dribble. Do you see that? Okay. Tap your brake before you jump.
Okay. Yep.
So hit the ball, then jump. Good. Now you're going to boost after the ball.
Okay.
And then last second you go for the reset.
Okay. Let me try it again. I hit the brakes way too hard.
So don't hit the brakes. Don't go like throttle, gas, throttle. Just tap your brakes while you're throttling. Your reset, good.
Nice. Yeah. My fault. I rebound my brake button like a week ago, so I'm still trying to get used to it. That's fine. Too high.
You're feathering your boost. You just have to hold it.
Just hold it. Okay.
Just get to the ball. It's too far forwards. I mean, you made it, but you're already at the net. By the time you got the reset.
My fault. Yeah, you can. Whatever you gotta go. Sorry if I took too much of your time.
You're good. Good. Then you have your reset. Now, the hard part is figuring out how to use it. I can't tell you how to use this. I can teach you like a basic way to get back, and instead of, can you do a tornado spin for me?
Like this.
So do a reverse tornado spin. So instead of holding, yeah, good. That's how you're gonna do that after you get a reset.
Okay, interesting.
Don't hold, like just.
Oh, I did tornado. My fault.
It's okay, and don't hold it. Just like tap it for like half a second. That was a really good
Okay.
first touch. You just jumped at the same time you hit it.
Yeah.
You're feathering your boost.
Yeah.
It's pogo.
These are the habits I've accumulated in free play.
It's okay. Not the best first touch. That's cool. You jumped and you hit the. You jumped as you went off. So that's gonna be a
When
habit.
you're saying like this,
Yeah. You do that for like half a spin.
okay, to get back like forward.
You have to get back to the ball easily.
Oh, I see. Oh,
That was
feathering.
a perfect setup. It's okay. So yeah, half a spin. You spun a little too much, but that's the right idea. Now you're able to get a reset, and you hit the ball with your reset. I would recommend starting
Yes.
a little closer to the opponent's goal, like the
Okay.
half field line. Like that's like perfect.
Oh,
Again, you're okay. Look, stop. You're
Mhm.
what you're doing right now is you're anticipating where the ball is going to go
right.
and feathering your boost to compensate because you're getting ahead of yourself. You want to
Yeah.
go straight at the ball because if I arc it up the wall and I follow its path, I'm going
Okay.
to get that reset while it's still going up.
I
What
see. I
happens
see.
is you're getting the reset as it's going down, which means you
Yeah.
give yourself about 0.25 seconds to get your tornado spin and dodge. So as
Hmm.
the ball is going up, you still want to be getting a reset. So watch how the arc is on the ball when I get it.
Mhm.
It is either still on its way up or it is at the peak. When I get it, it's still going up. See that? So I could do whatever I want to. Now we'll do it one more time, please. Okay. And we'll go from a really far distance. It's still on its peak or on its way up, so I can get back to it. I can take a touch, then I can dodge. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you try.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try.
You're feathering again. And also, that wasn't the best first touch.
Okay.
That's okay. I mean, at that point, you're clearly close to the ceiling.
So, hold on. Hold on. Alright.
Okay,
It's my turn.
good.
Okay.
Now stop. That is perfect. That is the mistake
Okay.
you want to be making where you're getting your reset too late. Do you know why you're getting your
Okay.
reset too late? It's because you're not used to getting to the ball so quickly. It's not because you're like, I don't know how
Yeah.
to get a reset. You know how to get a reset. Now it's getting to that ball early, which is good. You're like, oh shit, I'm already here. Now it's learning
Right.
that timing. Once you learn that timing, the shot becomes clinical for you. Okay, try again.
Oh. Okay. Cool. This is gonna be. Yeah.
Okay, that's not a great first touch. Obviously, work on the first touches. I don't need to say much on those. Those are something
Yeah.
you'll be able to get consistent, obviously, within a week. Same concept. That's okay.
Okay. I hit it too hard, but.
It's okay. There's a happy middle ground you'll find. It's a little hard to.
Oh wow. Yeah. I had the idea, but I was definitely going too fast. Okay.
Make sure you tap your
I'm
brakes. If
jumping
you don't
right
tap your
now.
brakes, you're going to get right there at it.
Okay. Okay.
Tap your brakes after you hit the ball before you jump.
Ooh,
It's a
I should
really
have got
good.
a different angle.
It's a really good start, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
you're
didn't turn
gonna
quick
mess
enough.
that up a lot, and that's like that's the mistake you want to be making. You have your reset now. You can just press
Yeah.
it. That's the mistake you want to be making, though. It's a clunky reset on the simple fact that. So here's where you're aiming now. You're aiming for like the side of the ball that you're on.
Okay.
Your car
So
should
the
be
back
like,
side
yeah,
or
the
the.
back of the ball, not like under the ball. You should be aiming at the back of the ball, or maybe
Oh. Okay.
slightly
Okay.
under. You're going for the bottom side. So push right at the back of the ball. You will be a little bit lower than just exactly the back of it, but that's where you want to go again.
Okay. Okay. I didn't get the brains, but. This is gonna take me a minute, but I like it. I can see it.
That's
There we
perfect.
go. That
Yes.
was it. Nope. Feathered.
Okay, you're tornado spinning. Don't tornado spin.
This one. Okay.
Just hold arrow while you go to the ball.
Oh,
So
yeah,
arrow,
I think
pull
that's
back.
a good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then you'll be in a straight line with it. You have a
My
reset.
fault.
Oh, maybe you don't.
I didn't even try it. My fault.
That's okay.
Hmm. Dang. Yeah, I'm gonna make that mistake a lot.
Okay, but like if you got the reset, timing is great. Everything was great.
Oh, that was it. Fuck.
Yeah. You can pull back while you turn if you're really good, but that's up to you.
I think that might be what's messing it up, so I'm gonna take it slow. Oops.
I have like 5 more minutes. Oh, yeah, that's a reset. There you go, dodge. Yeah, so right idea. Obviously, first touch was a question mark in itself. So look,
For sure.
here's kind of this whole thing of this week. I can make these, like I said, I can make your life way easier for this, but I can't change this in a week. You could probably change it in a week. Like, I guess I could technically make your mechanics a little bit better in a week.
Mhm.
The thing that's now holding you back that you're going to have to practice is just your first touches, right?
Okay.
You're not going to be able to be this mechanical wizard until you get like this weirdly simple but complicated motion down where it's super, super close to the ceiling, but not at it, and it's halfway to the opponent's goal, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you can do whatever you want out of it just on the simple fact that it's a good first touch, right? There's going to be different times you take really good first touches. Another good first touch, was it an awkward ball to start with? Sure, maybe,
Wow,
right?
yeah.
Or maybe I'm really close to the wall and I have to time this like perfectly and I messed up, right? It's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's going really fast and I don't want to hit it too hard so I don't hit the ceiling. Again, really close to the ceiling, halfway to the opponent's goal. I can pinch whatever I want. So that's something you have to practice. And it's going to be different for every single distance that you're at. But the goal is to get it halfway to the opponent's net while also getting it really close to the ceiling, and that will make your life significantly easier. For you,
Yeah.
you need to come a little bit more at an angle so it lobs towards the opponent's net because you're hitting it straight up, and it creates kind of an awkward scenario. However, again, that's just something you'll have to practice. Is first touches, and when you start getting first touches, the game becomes substantially easier. Even like, again, you can do it off of bounce, you could do it off of catch, whatever you want to do. It's your choice. However, with these walls, these are very simple to do. You can fix this in a couple of days to just have really consistent first touches and be able to do whatever you want to just because you have a good first touch.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm definitely probably gonna just spend most of my time practicing that when I'm in free play. So.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's a really simple thing to do. Like, when you get really good, you can take some amazing first touches. Like, I'm sure you've seen some pros take some absurd first touches.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't
Yeah.
need those. You just like need like this one is super basic and super simple, right? Now it feels like an air dribble off the wall, super simple, and you just
Oh,
need the
wow.
wall ones. And the wall ones again are super super simple, as close as you can to the ceiling, halfway to the opponent's net. And if it doesn't go perfect, you still have a lot of choices, and that's why the wall is so good because you're not wasting boost like getting up to the ball.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty helpful.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you have any questions or anything for me?
No, I'm good, man. I think I got a lot of homework here, so I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah, and this is again, this is something that's supposed to be like what you do in Q. This is supposed to be fun.
Right.
It becomes incredibly fun once you get that first touchdown, and I can't promise you that that first touch will be done in a day or two. I could promise you though, if you really think about your first touches, you could be like cooking on the wall in a game in a week.
Nice.
However,
Yeah, I mean, that'd be the quickest mechanic I ever learned, man. Like, most of these take me like a month, to get somewhat decent.
yeah,
So,
and it does
I
take a
don't know.
minute. Don't get me wrong, but it takes substantially less time if you just get it. Like that's perfect. Like if you weren't on your last quadrant of the field, that's a pretty damn good shot.
Hmm.
Because if you jump from like half field, because you jumped out of your corner there, that was like good, right?
Yeah. I gotta memorize the brake movement, boost
You have
directly,
a reset
only air
again.
roll.
Look at
Yeah.
that. Like it's already coming along, just so much in like 40 minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be grinding it for sure. Dude, the stuff he told me in game, man. At least day 1 and 2, I'm like, oh my god. The predict your whatever that one was, predict and react to your predictions.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ, I went up like 100 MMR instantly.
Yeah, it's
Um,
insane.
I think I'm doing the 2v1 wrong because I'm losing all my games and I'm overcommitting, but I'm gonna figure it out. So, and we can
Yeah.
talk about it in like the review whenever that is. But
Yeah. As for
um,
2v1s, it's something you like need to. It's a talent to notice. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a hard one.
yeah.
It's more so like yes, you're gonna notice overcommitting a little bit, but that's also
Hmm.
because you're not in like GC.
Hmm.
So you'll be overcommitting and you'll be doing the right thing. You won't be
But it won't be
overcommitting.
a.
Yeah, you'll be doing the right thing and like you'll get a good teammate that comes along and he'll be able to like actually capitalize off of your bumps. Because I'm
Yeah.
sure you're probably getting the bumps and then you're like, wait, why are they attacking my net? And your teammate's just like zero boost, not even like pushing the ball
Right.
forwards in any way.
Dude, yeah, sometimes it does happen that way. But I won't blame the teammates. Ultimately, I'm the common denominator in the L's. But yeah, it is going to take me a minute to learn that talent of this is a good time to do it or not.
Yeah. But yeah, and by the end of the week, you'll have like a pretty good idea to look for them without like. Because sometimes there might be times where you are just blatantly overcommitting.
Right.
You'll figure it out though. It usually takes people like each of these things take like a day for somebody to like figure out and like understand.
Hmm.
It might take them a week to like subconsciously add into their gameplay though.
Yeah. What I ended up doing was actually doing a voice recording, sticking my AirPods in, and just listen to what you wrote over and over while I'm playing. Because I don't know. For me, it's easier way to recall it.
Yeah, that's fair. I have because like I have my stream title up, and that's what I
Hmm.
like put where like I put the what I'm working on that day. So it's also
Okay.
really easy for me to just like look over at my stream
Oh,
title. So like instead of
true.
having a
Yeah.
Google Docs open, when I grind off stream though, I still leave Streamlabs open and record everything just in
Ooh,
case.
almost.
So it's like I still have it there right in front of my face. But yeah,
Yeah,
that
like
can
I
help
need to
people.
see it in game. I'm just thinking about too much stuff, and yeah.
That's fair. All right, you
But
got
cool.
anything else for me?
No, man, appreciate the time, and yeah, I'll reach out like after a week or so once I'm done grinding some more. But
Okay.
yeah, if you get anything from me, feel free, and yeah, appreciate your time.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, again, I would just recommend those first touches 100% over. Like, I couldn't sit here, and some players don't have that issue, and some players have like
Hmm.
the actual mechanical understanding issue. I think
Hmm.
you're on the better side of it, where it's like I would rather just not have the easiest part down,
Yeah,
and
fair.
that'll take you a couple of days versus like you have no idea how to tornado spin. It's like starting from square one, or like no idea how to like control your arrow. It's like all right, then
Oh, dude, that took me a literal month of only doing that. But I think I learned things a little slow in this game compared to others.
yeah, and I mean, you'll get it. I put all of these things in here. They're pretty simple, pretty straightforward in your Google Docs. So
Nice.
yeah,
Cool, man. Well, have a good night. Appreciate your time.
yeah, of course. Let me know if you have any more questions.
Will do.
All right, later.
Bye.
Pretty stoked with the progress, though.
You what?
Pretty stoked with the progress.
Oh yeah, you made massive progress. Jesus. Okay, so you went from 10. You went up 200 more.
Pretty much, yeah.
About 190. That's massive, dude.
Yeah, I'm back to Champ 2 now. Thank God.
So you go from D3. Yeah, Jesus. So you go from Diamond 3 to Champ 2. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great. Now it's like, what's next?
So what do you think helped you the most?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. So the first point, 100% made a big impact. Anticipate and then react to your predictions.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, saw huge results right there. And then the second point, I don't have it in front of me, but what was it? Attack with intention, I believe it was,
Yeah.
or could be. So
Just
that one also helped pretty good.
okay, cool. Yeah, that one's
Um,
pretty important.
yeah, I'd say so. I still don't think I'm doing it correctly, but I'm trying to do it, which is something. And then the last
Go
one
ahead, sorry.
definitely as well.
The challenging concept.
Challenging, yeah. Basically, it's like a really good handbook for like when to do what kind of challenge, and I never thought about that before.
Yeah, that's fair. As for your attack with intentions, just something to be mindful of is it's a really good goal to have to be able to attack with intention every single time.
Mm.
You'll notice even if you watch higher ranked players, you'll watch them. If you think about this attack with intention, you'll be like, hey, they just like mindlessly cleared that, right?
Mm.
My point is even higher ranks do it just because they're trying to play fast.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
It'll happen a lot even in high ranks. And you're like, why did he just do that? He has 100 boost and nobody's even near him. And they just like aimlessly clear the ball. It happens even up in like RLCS and threes. You're just anticipating a challenge. And the best players, you can take Zen, Daniel, Beast Mode for an example. Almost all control the ball. Drowley is a good example as well.
Yeah.
Monkey Moon, 95% of the time can control the ball, but you'll still see them aimlessly clear it here and there. It's just how much we do it, right?
Yeah, it's a good habit. Well, it's a habit that we all have.
Yeah. Okay. And then we have a follow-up. This shouldn't be too long. This should be pretty simple, pretty straightforward, I'll be honest with you. How this is going to go is you're basically just going to send me a replay.
Got one picked out for you.
You're going to talk me through the replay, and I'm going to give you a couple of bullet points. These are things that you can just focus on in the near future. You can also focus on them again if you want to. Completely up to you, though.
No, I mean, I'm definitely looking to focus on them. So.
And your goal is SSL. Okay.
Yeah, I think I broke it down into bite-sized pieces for myself. Like at the beginning of every season, I try to set a goal. For this season, my goal was to hit Champ 3, which still doable, but maybe I'm gonna have to readjust.
You don't.
Didn't be next season, But yeah,
I guess
I'm
yeah.
still gonna treat it like it's possible until the season's over.
Yeah, I think so. I think very, very possible. Okay. Do you remember what this replay's name?
It should be called Beach 6. I tried to put my name in it, but I forgot.
Here, I got it here. All right. So this is how this is gonna go. Instead of me sitting here and talking me through all of this, you're gonna be the one talking me through all of this. All right.
All right.
I will give this to you. You're just gonna kind of talk about what's happening more than anything. A lot of people struggle with this. This shouldn't be a super long replay, but a lot of people struggle to sit here and tell me what's happening on their screens, right? They get nervous,
Okay.
whatever. Just tell me whatever. If you have questions about stuff that also happened, I can obviously explain. As for what I'm going to be doing, for the most part, is just going to be taking notes. All I'm going to be doing is jotting notes down for you.
Cool.
This isn't going to be super, super in-depth, but yeah, give me what you got. Let me know your understanding of the game. I'll pause it probably here and there just because I like to talk, I guess.
Yeah.
But you see okay?
Yeah, I got it good.
All right. What were you going to say? Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing that definitely changed since the last time I talked to you is urgency and attempting to go fast, like you said. So, yeah, I'll talk through it as we go, but I have some whiffs here and there because of that.
My Streamlabs isn't recording this part. I'll just go to screen. It might be a little bit choppy, but okay, there you go.
So here I'm trying to put it on net. Once again, we missed that attack. I recognize teammate's still up, so I don't go for the challenge. Waiting for him. Teammate does a good job there. Once again, I kind of pushed up into his face unnecessarily and wasted that ball too.
If you were quick to this, you'd probably get a demo, I'll be honest with you. So as soon as you see this, and you speed flip under this player and start moving forward, you could probably take the open net, to be honest. Or if you want your teammate to take it, you would. You could get for the bump. You could get ahead of the ball for the bump. So look, if you react to this quickly, it's still that kind of thing. As soon as I see this, boom, my brain says open net. I dodge immediately,
Yeah, I took forever to recognize and get supersonic.
That's okay.
And that ball there could have controlled, but I just handed it, so waiting for teammate. He does a good job.
This is a really good touch here, by the way. Right there.
Yeah, I was like, I felt he was coming, and I got lucky with that guy.
Yeah.
Basically.
So, this way. It's a really good first
So
touch.
now we're down by 1. I think I got so many kickoffs in this game. Went for the shot. Probably could have controlled it. So going back to the net, waiting for teammate to do his thing. Recognize this is not threatening, but I put it in the corner. Probably could have controlled it better. Went for the challenge. Slow again. This is like the 3rd time this game. So now I'm just pushing up, hanging out, waiting for his teammate to do his thing. He's flopped, so I'm not trying to dive in. I'm waiting for the ball. Recognize the miss. Try to put it on net. Miss my shot. Rotate back out.
Okay.
Teammate. Okay.
Sorry to cut you off.
Mhm.
You're not placing your shots.
Yeah, I think I still need to get better at that.
So well, there's multiple instances, like the kickoffs are great examples for you as well, where I mean, yeah, you could control them if you really wanted to, but like if you place this, it's a. If you say, hey, you know what? Only person moving right now is the person back left. I should just shoot this top right, you know?
Top right, yeah.
There you go. But since you're doing this, and I don't mind this being a shot, but yeah, you're just giving it to him. And then we go up to here, where you make an amazing, actually, a really good, like, you're here as first man, you apply the pressure, you realize, hey, probably stupid ball. Then you're like, fake challenge. And then he falls for it. They have an open shot top right.
That should be in all day.
Kinda, yeah. That's a tough angle, but it doesn't look like you tried for it. It just looks like you
Every
tried
other
to like,
day,
go
how
straight
about
into it, yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you don't have, I only say that because if you don't have this person contesting you right there on the right, you could probably get a pretty easy, really good power
True.
shot.
Yeah, so I was kind of like, yeah, I was a little mad at myself there, missing that. So I'm just trying to get back in it. Teammate still doing decent up front. I recognize he's out of the play. I'm trying to stick to the play there. Let's see. So yeah, teammate's challenging. It's 2v1. I probably should have went for the bump. Now that I see that. All right, dive challenge. He barely had control there. Now I recognize the pass.
Oh my.
Even there. We
Nice
nailed it.
play. Good shit.
Yeah, it worked out.
Okay.
So go for the kickoff again. Take the L on that. Get some pads. Went basically 200 miles to the back for no good reason, but okay. Alright, so now we are just going to challenge. I recognize my teammate is out of it. Tried to put the shot. Missed again.
Okay,
Pretty
there's
bad.
still a goalie back. Where's your space here? So your teammate jumps. Sure, fine. I don't know what he's jumping for. Maybe he's just excited to play Rocket League for the first day this week. However, my brain saw this person rotating out, okay?
Okay, sure.
And then I see I see him rotating out, right? Give it 2 seconds and you'll see him drive across your screen. 1,
Okay.
2. Boom, he challenges. I'm sorry. Now 1, 2, he goes away.
He's gone, yeah.
Okay, now my eyes say, okay, first man's not challenging me. Where's their second man? Okay, second man is
Okay.
really far back. This is
Right.
another 60 boost / I think this 100 is up here. If you grabbed that on your way up to the ball, which sure, fine, fair enough, you didn't, you still have 60 boost. You can pop this up, go for 1 touch. You could even probably go for a double tap if it's a low double tap.
Yeah.
You could go for a 1 touch and you could pop this up 1 touch air double bump. You could do a lot of different things here. The shot is just not the play because even if you slot this top left, this
He's got all the time in the world.
yeah he's a lot of time to react. Sitting here, he can just go boop here or boop even over to here. He could probably do a 3-point turn and still make it to the top, or unless it's a really powerful shot. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't even have to move there.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm rotating too far back a couple times, but I'm just being safe. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're also on 0 boost. You have 7. I probably would have done the same thing.
So now I recognize he's coming. That's not threatening. Teammates in the corner. They get a 50. I just push up. Basically waiting for his control there. He doesn't get it. Trying to get a controlled pass. He bumps me. I flop again. And now I'm worried because my teammate's in the 2v1. I'm trying to just rush. Teammate does a great job. I do a bad job with that free ball third
I mean,
time.
you stuck to it. That's not bad.
Try to get to 50 on the way down. Took too long to decide what to do there. And here I was awkward, so complete challenge. Try to get back before teammate. I recognize I'm sticking with the ball, and we get overtime. OT starts off about the same. These guys were doing pretty solid gameplay. So I was a little pissed that I couldn't make the difference. Yeah, once again, a little bit challenge that I didn't need to do. Bit of no man's land there.
I didn't mind it. You
Recommend-
just hesitated a little bit again.
Yeah. So I got the beat, went for the boost, missed the boost. At least try to slow him down, but teammate was being safe, so he didn't go for it. I recognize it's a safe ball, so I get boost. Teammate does something, and I'm like, oh, shoot. So we're up 2v1, and teammate's with me. I did not get a good pass for him, so can't blame him on that. Now he's centered for them. I'm in a really bad spot here, but I figure let me challenge preemptively. Try to get some just more space taken away. Steal their boost again. Back to mid. Teammate is right in the corner. Pushed up a little bit here. He was kind of slow. Got nervous. Thought I could read this.
That's a really good touch. Your teammates just shouldn't have gone.
Thanks. And then try to get back, well, not back post, but back in net here. Teammate does a good job clearing us out of the corner. I'm still decent on boost. Ball's kind of fast. Trying to keep it up on their side. Tried to beat him here, but he got a good 50.
Just good
I think
decision
that would
making.
have been in. So I saw he had it, so I was just like, let's get boost, let's get back. He gets a good demo. I should have recognized it was coming, and then we 50 it into the net.
I see. Okay. Oh, okay.
And I had, pretty decent amount of points in that game too, so.
Yeah.
Thought I did everything, but a lot of mistakes after the fact.
I'm giving you safe second man again. How do I say this? I'm gonna say, for you, don't take risky challenges as second man.
Okay.
So this is gonna be a little bit bizarre because I'm gonna say don't take risky challenges as a second man for you, but in the same way, I'm also gonna say when you challenge, you're hesitating a bit on some of your challenges still that you full take. This is what I'm gonna go with. Dive challenge. Dive challenge like you don't care is how I'm gonna say, okay?
Sure.
It's a fundamental kind of ish, but not really. Okay. I would recommend. He doesn't post videos anymore, or he stream. My friend plays Rocket League, and he's like 20. He's like 2,000 MMR. He's 2,100. I'll let you know if he streams again. I'd highly recommend watching a lot of his. The way he plays this game is like he doesn't give a single shit in the world what's happening on a screen, and his dive challenges are insane.
Oh, really?
I learned how to take dive challenges kind of from him and replicating some of them, and some of the challenges that he takes just look so ridiculously stupid, but he does it without a care in the world, and it usually works out. If he starts streaming again, I will let you know. He's like the one person I really look up up to in terms of Rocket League. Again, he doesn't really. I think he's getting a new computer, so he might stream. If he does, I'll let you know. I would highly recommend watching him for challenges. He's fun to watch. He's really, really fun to watch. I will give that to him too. His name's Hurdle. He's in the Discord. You can harass him if you want to, but no,
Nice,
he's
yeah, that's cool.
I say that in the sense that he's really good to watch for challenges, especially dive challenges. When that's like I said, that's what helped me become a little bit more risky in terms of dive challenges. As first man especially. He even takes those crazy challenges as second man, and it works out a lot. But obviously, that means he just has really good game sense.
Right.
I anchor a little bit more as second man.
Yeah, I definitely think my first man needs a ton of work, but
Yeah. Your issue as first man, which is going to be something kind of small, is I'm also writing all of this on your notes, so you can always reference it
nice.
if you want to. You want stop the opponent. This might sound stupid, but it says stop the opponent from controlling the ball with your presence. That's like what you're not doing.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that's it's more like rotating back. So here's the thing is you would have gotten a couple of goals just being a little bit closer to the play. Like when you put it across middle, you would have won the game off that. If you pressured the ball a little bit more, the same thing when you made that fake challenge and you know when he missed the ball and like flipped away from it, you missed.
Yep.
You weren't there for that shot. That's just because you need to be a slightly bit closer. Obviously, you're close enough to apply pressure. You're not close enough to follow up on the pressure that you have applied, if that makes sense. So be like, it's a hard thing to learn, but it's just a little bit closer, okay? As for your dive challenges, you kind of need to send that shit a little bit more, obviously.
Yeah.
Your job as second man is to buy time for your first man. Don't take risky challenges as a second man. That challenge, a couple of the challenges that you took as second man were just considered risky on the simple fact that you went up after already determining that you're going to be back, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's the one where you got scored on, and then there's the one that you aerialed. You got the bump on him. I guess that would be more of a hesitation. There was one other one that I was really trying to think of. I could probably find it. We'll look back in a second. But there's one other one you started to kind of creep up where it's like, there's no need for it. And then look for your first touches more off your opponent's failed attacks. That was like 5 times. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks completely different from our first session, right? But the idea of you also want to obviously attack off of their failed attacks. I'm going to watch this back in 2 times speed. I think some other thing that we're also maybe forgetting a little bit or that we can improve on is your urgency when it comes to rotating.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I noticed your warm-up routine was also like pretty sweet compared to what I was doing before. I noticed when I get in game, I feel much faster. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Also, yeah, I've been working on a lot of that. I put a ton of hours into those mechanics you were showing me, and it's such good tips. My goodness.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah. A lot of fun. Air dribbles just seem way easier now for no reason.
Yeah, it does help quite a bit. Understanding just even like the first touch alone. So, okay. There are going to be micro things here, and it's going to be kind of obnoxious to listen to me here. Look,
That's good.
here, boom, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You aren't going supersonic speed back here, or even to get there. You're kind of lurking a bit. Does it work itself out? Yeah, sure. But you could take a head-on challenge rather than at an angle, or adjust how you want to take that challenge. Then after this is clunky as shit, don't get me wrong here. And honestly, it looks like you kind of gave up on this play, which is fine. That's not what I was going to talk about. Let's look at this. You go up. You don't have any boost, by the way. That's a spectator bug.
Oh, okay.
Here you grab 100, and then this happens. And then you play aggressive. Good, great. We get a beat. Cool, awesome. Whatever, this happens. And then we go ball. And then after, this was it right here. This, fine. If you want to make the pass play, fair enough. Here, you're not going supersonic speed. You're kind of just lurking. Your second man at this point just fly back, and then you can start creeping up a little bit if you want to. Here, it's a challenge. It's a 2v1. Again, that urgency. You've rotated
go.
back. Now you need to rotate up quickly, right?
Oh, I
Here,
see.
you're
Yeah.
kind of just like throttle speeding it upfield. So now that the ball is controlled, now that they've taken a challenge, you're actually not able to pressure that anymore since we're not going up quickly. Here, same thing. We rotate. You go back quickly here. And then this is where that concept comes.
Just creeping.
Second man,
Yeah.
right, obviously. And then we'll go through this more. This is fine if you're
Doesn't go
lurking.
supersonic there at all.
Yeah, it's fine if you lurk there, because you're trying to be, like, ready for the play. Okay, here's this. You clear the ball. Fair. Now, you're first man. So get up there to go pressure his first man. Flip, use
I
some
see.
boost, whatever. Sure, he was trying to go for the demo. He probably wouldn't be able to get you if you boosted and dodged as soon as you grabbed that boost. He would have been technically able to get you if you didn't avoid it. Now, if we're up in his face and pressuring, this is a wide open net off
That's
of a
it, yeah,
terrible
yeah.
touch. Yeah.
Even his
this-
teammate tried to block whatever save that should have been happening.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah, that was a. I need to rotate up a lot quicker. Wow.
And then here, same thing. We go pressure, we miss the bump. Fine, whatever, fair enough. You can do one of two things here. I probably would do the same thing, but you're not going supersonic speed here. You're not dodging for that. You're not going quickly for this here. We take this. Once this happens here,
I should be
my thought
full
process
speed
is those two are gonna challenge each other, so I'm gonna get back to be the second man, right?
Dang,
So you go quick here. We're not going supersonic speed. Then
I could have had that.
this is whatever. Honestly, I get what you're going for. Nice, good idea. We're going supersonic speed. Nice, sick, cool. That's
Should've
fine.
went supersonic speed.
This bump there. We're in the spot we need to be, so we don't need to move moving quickly. Obviously, control this thing. That
Don't do that.
honestly, like I do this. Here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. This is what Hurl does really, really well. He'll just jump for this, and he'll usually block it himself. I do this too. This just shows confidence, which I would love. I'd love to see. Obviously, is it stupid? Maybe. Objectively, probably. But it shows confidence, so I don't mind it, right?
Okay, fair.
Then we have this. Sure, you missed. You're going back quickly there. Good, fine, whatever. Boom. Also, whatever. I think it would have maybe gone in, maybe not. After
Yeah,
you
no.
shoot, though, what happens? We want to be dodging to where we're going to think the play is going to go. So you dump a lot
Oh, I
of
see.
boost. God, this kid would keep dimming if you went any bit faster, which is bizarre as hell. Good. And then same thing, urgency. Now you can have an open net if you went really quick with a speed flip.
Dang, yeah.
Okay, we take.
This should have been controlled.
As soon as you do this, you say what happened here. This is not a great touch, but as soon as you take this, we know we don't have control anymore, right?
Yeah, we got
Okay,
bail out.
Great, get back quickly. Not go up the wall and then jump off and wave dash. We just again we could take the
don't even
mid
do
boost,
that.
jump dash, wave dash, all of that fun stuff. Here, this is a really good play because you show urgency within the challenge. Here, this is kind of clunky.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't
it
know if
worked
you could
out,
have
but it
played it
wasn't
really differently, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's fine. If you wait half a second, your teammate gets a demo, but it works itself out, like you said. Okay. Boom, whatever. Good, you rotate out quickly. And you need to rotate up field quickly. I mean, that's kind of a clunky one. He doesn't have full control, fair enough.
But here it kind of once again lurk around.
So here's the same thing.
Get
This is like you're hesitating. This ball might be a bit weird to read. If you're at least moving this direction with boost a bit, see how you're turning away and then you go?
yeah.
If you just
yeah.
keep going towards it, the difference of you turning back versus you like you just going straight to it is the difference of you like challenging this. Like keep moving forward with confidence, and then as soon as you realize you're screwed, then you leave. You don't know if you're screwed or not, and you're already leaving. And then here, you're just like kind of lurking again here. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't rotate up with urgency. You rotate back with urgency. You want to rotate up with urgency as well. And then
Okay.
there's times where you also don't rotate back with urgency. This is fine. This is a point that we already went over. See, if you're a half an inch closer, that's an easy shot.
Mm-hmm.
Good, fine, you get supersonic speed, whatever. Maybe a little bit later than I'd like, but that's also fine. Again, we're not rotating up with urgency. Your teammate destroys this kid in the 50-50, right?
We
Speed
coulda
flip
had
up the
that.
field, yeah. Like, and you'd be able to pressure that. I'm not saying you'd get a goal, but you'd be up in their face.
Yeah. I think I wait too much for like sure things, you know.
Yeah, that's
So-
that anticipation that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and honestly, that made the most difference, and I'm still not applying it fully. It seems like so.
This is a really good
It's
play.
exciting.
Yeah, exactly. It's something you're gonna have to like consistently do. Because
Yeah.
also what it does is it just makes you think too. Here's the weird thing too. Okay, look, you lose this kickoff, right? Okay, I guess that's fine. Never mind. I see your pathing. I'll just say you can speed flip right away, but honestly, you were grabbing path. I don't mind it. You're good.
But, yeah.
Okay, we take a 50. This is fine. This is a good 50. Talked
Stay on
about
the
this.
ground.
This is your channel slam into Egypt.
That should have been in the net. Oh, man.
And then same
Which
thing here
one?
though. Okay, look.
Uh-huh.
You want this ball here, which is
Do
fine.
I want it here? Oh, okay.
Which is fine. You say you want it. You go for it. I'm not too sure why. Fair
Yeah.
enough. We're not going to talk about why. Once you miss, you should instantly just be like, okay, he hit it this way, which means I'm probably going to have to be first man.
Okay, let me get closer.
So let me rotate quickly over here.
Yeah.
We
that-
talked about
that-
this, and I said it was fine to rotate back, which it kind of really is fine to rotate back. But if you're doing things really quickly, you'll say, "Oh shit, I gotta get over here quickly to make sure that I'm
Yeah.
like doing stuff quickly."
Keep it in the midfield even.
Yeah, and then we're
Okay.
back.
They whiff. And they hit the first
Then
time.
good, we flip up the field. Like this is what we don't do a lot, which is really good to see. And then see, you're up close enough now to apply the pressure that you've given. This is a 2v1 scenario in a roundabout way, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
you
I
do
could've
here,
just
you-
went for the bomb.
Yeah, you gotta beat. You touch this, like you just full boost this through and then demo the player. This player might still clear it, but at least you're not up here.
Mhm. Yeah, I could have had a better touch there.
Yeah, that's fine. Here, this is not your ball, right?
Okay.
But what you do is you lurk too much. Can we agree that you're not going to go for this ball with the ball
100%.
boost and the way you're landing?
Yeah, I'm not. I can't.
You're the player that lurks. You're
Yeah.
still sitting here. You're
Yeah,
like
there's no reason.
yeah. This is like rotating with urgency here too. You're just sitting under the ball, and then you're like, well, now that I'm not going for it, this boost steal is completely fine if you go straight to it. This boost
I-
steal becomes
yeah.
incredibly chaotic when you're like, wait a minute, I want that ball, and then you're like, well, wait a minute, I can't actually get to that ball. You know what? Next best thing is this 100 boost. You don't even know what's happening behind you at this point.
Yeah, I know.
And if you did this all really quickly, this isn't an angle that you have to
Hard
take. This is an angle you get to take just head
Yeah.
on, and you get to shoot it and score it and win the game for your team.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's very eye-opening.
It's a good challenge there, though. And then you take another
I was
challenge.
desperate at that point. I was like, oh.
That's a good
man,
challenge,
that's
though, to
it.
be honest with you. I mean, you're doing, like, you take their 100, and then you make it so he can't control it. He has to jump to hit this ball. If your teammate's also cheating up a little bit, saying, hey, you know what? My teammate only has one player to beat right now. I'm going to go grab mid and then start coming up the field. This ball is then kind of, like, free for him to, like, dive and swoop in after he gets the mid. And then you guys have a, you guys have 160 boost to their, like, actual 0.
You got 0-0. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys just win the game probably. Okay, last thing I'm giving you is rotating with urgency. Rotate up the field with urgency as well. Here's the thing: you're gonna get caught out a couple of times just with this concept alone. If you rotate up quickly, the ball gets snapped over your head and it goes straight into your net. It sucks, but it's not necessarily your fault.
Okay.
It can be in certain scenarios if you're not paying attention to what's happening, but if you're anticipating the ball going up the field and you're like, I'm going to get up there, there's going to be times where you're like, okay, I should have seen that, where they just clear it into your net. Or there's times where it's like, okay, why didn't my teammate just like control the ball, right? There's accountability on both ends. Sometimes you're just gonna cheat up, and it's gonna be a smart cheat up, like a 2v1. You might get a demo and they miss an open net, right? And it's just like, well, I'm not gonna take accountability for them missing that. So I rotate up the field with urgency as well. As well, don't linger.
Not lingering.
How do I say this? You don't necessarily like. You're the type of player that will sit under the ball, but you still kind of make it up. Rotate up the field with urgency as well.
Yeah, it's pretty clear looking at this. It's like thinking I can do something, but I end up not doing anything and just being late to the next thing I can actually do.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's more of an issue. You do it. Don't wait under ball too. I'm just gonna say that just in case. This is gonna be like a small thing for you. You sometimes do. It's not a very frequent thing, but I don't want to see like this will happen a little bit more as you get to higher ranks like GC1, GC2. The ball is gonna be just up in the air more naturally. I don't want to see you just being like, all right,
Truly.
well, I'm gonna wait for this thing to come down, and like it just never comes down.
It's not coming. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's everything. So I have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes for you off of that replay. We have look for first touches more off opponents' failed attacks, attack with intention, place your shots. Your job as second man is to buy time for your first man to become a second man. Don't take risky challenges as a second man. Yeah, I think that's fair. Dive challenge like you don't care, you hesitate a bit. Again, that hesitation is also you pulling away. Remember, if you look like you want to take a challenge and then you start to drive away, that is the hesitation. You can fake challenge, don't get me wrong, but the intention has to be a fake challenge. It shouldn't be like, I want to challenge this, and then you start kind of going away because you're not 100% sure, and then you re-dive it. We saw that happen a couple of times, okay? Do you know what I'm talking about there?
Sure. Yeah, I definitely do. I think that's something I've always had. And my cousin who's GC, and we play a lot of private lobbies together, he always tells me the same thing. He's like, what are you doing, man? You're always U-turning. You're always like hesitating.
These are going to be, again, these are a little bit more situational on the simple fact that your fundamentals are starting to actually get better. These are the parts of the fundamentals that you're like actually missing that we went over earlier. If we did a full another like replay or whatever, we could probably get like new fundamentals out. However, I want you to try to like work on these things. In time, you could probably fix all of this. With even by the end of the season, you could probably get GC. You still got you have 2 weeks. You don't have a ton of time, but it could happen.
Yeah, enough to make a dent.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have your job as first man is to make it easy for your second man. Stop the opponent from controlling the ball with your presence. Simple, straightforward, right? We already went over that. You are starting to do a lot better as first man. You just need to be a little bit closer to the play, and figuring out that distancing is really, really important. That's something that is kind of just natural for you. I can't tell you how far to be. I can't be like, be 3 car lengths away on this scenario, right? That's just something you're gonna kind of have to notice. Fake challenges. If you get a successful fake challenge, it's always nice to capitalize off of it. Just stuff to be aware of. Okay.
Yeah, that's really good.
Last one is rotate up the field with urgency. Don't wait under the ball. Simple as that. I mean, you rotate back with urgency. Great, awesome, sick. You also want to make sure you're going up the field with urgency. That's just as important. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't even think about it.
Do you have any questions on any of this stuff?
On this stuff in particular, not exactly, but I'm a little bit curious because from this point, where I'm at, C2 is kind of where I've peaked before and where I think I can hang out. What is the difference between a C2 and a C3? Like, what does the C3 lobby look like that a C2 doesn't? Are they just quicker, or should I continue to do the same things, or do I need to be adapting again?
So I'll be honest, there isn't a whole lot of difference here from C3 to your lobby. We get to this point in the game and you have 4 shots, you have 1 save, you have 1 assist, you've impacted the play pretty decently, right? Here's kind of the thing on this is the higher rank that you're getting. I don't want to say the speed is substantially faster because it's really not. It's a little
Yeah.
bit quicker. It's not something that you couldn't handle as a C2. Like, I'll
Okay.
be honest, you could probably play for like maybe a day or two and you'd be like, yeah, this isn't so bad, right? There's
Okay,
a
yeah.
couple of things that are really going to throw you off, and one of it is just mentality, and that's confidence. As you start getting to
Mhm.
C3, you see GC titles, you might see an SSL tourney winner and you're like, oh, I'm screwed.
Mhm.
You just need to tell
Yeah.
yourself you're going to carry those lobbies. Here's the thing though, is GC's let in, as you get higher in rank, you stop giving stupid goals away, right?
Okay.
You guys gave a really, like, you gave up a really dumb goal. I'll just be honest,
Oh
with your
yeah.
dive challenges second man, and then
Yeah.
this goal, you guys gave in 2 goals and then you gave in 1 in overtime. Like, that's not bad.
Yeah.
This is a really dumb goal to give over, like, just in all honesty.
For
And then
yeah.
this is also a pretty dumb goal to give up as well. Here's why this is stupid, is this ball is not a hard ball for you to get.
Right.
And your teammate is flipping up the field due to the fact that he's like, this isn't that hard of a ball to hit. If you hit this, it's a 2-goal swing. Why? You get a goal, they don't. You don't score
don't,
this, they get a goal,
Instead
and
they-
you guys don't. Like, right? It's like, you
Yeah.
guys should be up 1-0 right now. And then the only goal that they would have scored this entire game is this really
no
bad
way.
goal. They didn't even outplay you, right? So
Right.
there's going to be,
Okay.
and in GC, there's going to be people outplaying you slightly more, but a lot of these goals just, this wouldn't be a goal in GC. Like, if you're sitting in G, I mean, I want to say it's not, but I coach GCs, and this is still something that's like a bad habit.
Yeah. No, this is
The
very makes a lot of sense.
it's honestly just, I think you have what it takes to get GC. I'll be honest, you look so much different from before. I think you have what it takes to get GC. It's tough to say though. Again, I think the biggest thing for you is mentality. You could go play 2 weeks of Rocket League right now and probably hit GC. Like, that's why I
Yeah.
say that with what we've just talked about and just what you're at, where you're at right now, you look more postured than all of these other players in your lobby, right?
No, that's good, yeah, it was a big climb, and you know, I try not to get it. I realize with the big climb comes usually a big fall, and so I'm trying to just kind of, I don't know,
I get
take
it.
each game. And,
So here's the thing: you're bracing for impact.
yeah,
It's like driving and like you're waiting for a car crash to fucking happen.
pretty much, yeah.
You're doing great. Allow yourself to tell yourself you're doing great. Don't be like, oh, I'm doing really well, I'm gonna fucking ruin this for myself. You're doing amazing. You have to keep carrying that momentum, right? That's kind of what happened to me when I hit SSL, or like the first promotion game. I was like, you're doing great, you're doing great. Like, I'm gonna lose my first couple of promo games probably. That happened, and
Yeah.
I went from 1800 down to 1600 in like a day
Yeah.
because I was so upset, and I was just like, I knew this was gonna happen. And then after that, I was able to sit 1800 because I wasn't too worried about it, right?
Yeah, you knew you could get back there.
Yeah, so you need to tell yourself you can get GC. The thing that I will say though is rotating up quickly is going to be really crucial for you, because you're not putting yourself in offense. If you're not putting yourself in offense, you're not going to win games. Now, here's the other side: is the safe second man is super important, right? We give up a really stupid goal, and then we also didn't take 2 goals from them because we weren't close enough pressuring. These little things, these little micro adjustments are going to get you GC. And then when you get to GC, it's going to be a completely different level in terms of like fundamentals that you're missing. You're on a great path here. Like, you really are.
Okay, well that's good. Yeah, I noticed the other thing too. My buddy, my cousin, when we play the private games, if he gets the ball and he has boost, there's an 80% chance it's going in the back of my net. And I think that's the other thing I probably need to work on, is just being able to consistently deliver when I have the opportunity to deliver, you know?
Yeah, you give yourself
There were
decent.
like 3 goals I didn't make.
Yeah, you give yourself decent attacks. We noticed 4 times though where it was a failed attack that should be a guaranteed. You're putting somebody in a 1v1. Make your 1v1s matter. This right here. Where is it? Shit, that's not it. Okay, to be fair, this right here should be a 1v1 for you. right here, this should be a 1v1 because if you sit back, you can single jump catch. This kid's out of the play. It's a 1v1 now.
Yeah, it's all in. Yeah.
Do you want to isolate your defenders and create a 1v1 opportunity? This right here is not what I was talking about. This right here is another I've isolated. You don't even have, like in higher ranks it's harder because you have to actually physically do that yourself. This is a 1v1 attack. How important is it to lock these 1v1s in? If you lock this as a 1v1 in and you don't do this, you now have a 1v1 against somebody who's giving you heaps of space, an entire field of space.
Better. Yeah.
And then it becomes very simple, right? But you're not, your 1v1s need to matter a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know.
And that's what I would say for GC is like, you don't have to be this mechanical wizard, but this needs to matter. And you know what the cool part is I'm actually going to be doing this might help you a bit. I've always disagreed with doing road to GCs or road to like SSL. So people in Overwatch did road to GM, you know. I'm going to be doing a road to GC with no mechanics, but I'm going to be doing a road to GC2 with no mechanics, except I'm not going to play controller. I'll be playing KBM, so it'll actually be zero mechanics. Yeah, so there's going to be that. Yeah, so it's going to actually be zero mechanics, right? Like I'm going to
Oh, true. Yeah, you've never done that.
be doing something that I've never done rather than sitting on controller and having perfect zero mechanics, right? Like, hey, just power shoot it, idiot, and like you're slotting it top right on like silver players, and like, look, so you can't even save it. So that might help you a bit. I think the biggest thing for you though, in that's getting GC, is just going to be controlling the play a little bit more. And again, that comes in with this tip of look for first touches more off your opponent's failed attacks. Your opponents are going to fail attacks consistently. Now it's your time to kind of seize that opportunity and then create a controlled attack yourself. And then it's also your job as first man is to make it easy for your second man. That concept of wait, no, it's not. Hold on. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Of stopping the opponent from controlling the ball with your presence. You're starting to do that kind of. You want to do a little bit better. They'll have less control. You guys will have more control. Then when they do have control, you'll be a safe second man. Okay?
Yeah. Awesome. Cool, man. This is perfect. We'll work on these again, and at some point in the near future, I'll hit you up again and see where we're at.
And just like that, another player goes up 200 MMR. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I couldn't be more proud of him. It's awesome. It's really good to see. I don't know if I did his initial review. It's night and day, though, between his gameplay. Like, it really is. Look at this. Is he being boosted? Who knows? Probably not. We're here. We go up here. Look at this climb. We're sitting just diamond. Struggling. Bam. And we climb. Simple stuff, really. Was that our session? That was literally after our session. That's right, he DM'd me. Yeah, see, look. Sorry to show your DMs, brother. We had a coaching session. Hey, sorry to bother you. Sent me 30, it's only 20. Also said no thanks, no problem, thanks for the session. By the way, went up 127 MMR since yesterday. So in a day, he went up 130 MMR. And then over the last couple of days after, he went up 70 more. I mean, good lord, good work, dude. Seriously, good job. I couldn't be more proud of you. What an amazing effort. Really. Good work, man. Shout out to you, dude. You did an amazing job. I wish you the best of luck. I honestly, and here's the thing too, put in PW, if you guys made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you. This is gonna be the end of the video. If you made it this far in the video, put PWN with a heart, and then I'll also do a coaching giveaway for that. Much love, guys. I'll see you later. Awesome job to him. Seriously. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.